Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
I understand. If you do not listen to me, then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 116th episode of Screaming Into the Void, where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me today we have Lawrence Death Knight, who's dying, apparently. you good, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have green-haired anti-liberal,
What's up, everybody?
who's not dying at all.
Correct.
And joining us with a picture of himself for some reason, Shadow of Cock. I mean Hawk.
I hate you.
I told
He's
you I was
a
going to use
blonde-haired
that.
anti-conservative.
Howdy, everyone. I decided I'd pull a
Hi,
semi-L, be a narcissist, and post a recent picture of myself.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, you got to get that out there for the ladies so that you can,
Show them your baby
adhere
face.
to the rules that were laid down by Amira. For those of you who don't know, who are not aware, Shadow is under strict instructions to go out, find a young woman, and start making babies to save his race.
It's not bad advice.
Yeah, but he's not following it.
Yeah.
He had to explain to him that procreating does not involve his left hand in lotion.
Just don't marry a stripper, especially not the first one you meet, just off of base.
Okay, see, I would agree with you. Counterpoint. I've been informed by my Catholic mother that a South Carolina stripper is more acceptable than a woman from LA. So
That doesn't mean that's a goal.
I didn't
Well-
say that was the goal.
But
Well,
what
I'm
if
just saying it wasn't off the table.
I'm
wait a
warning
minute.
you against traditional military men doings.
Oh yeah, obviously.
And do not go to dealership row to get a car.
I'm
What
not
if
getting rid
the,
of my car.
what
It's
if
got
the
good
North
miles.
Carolina stripper is from LA?
That's concerning.
So, yeah, I'm gonna put a caveat on there for your mom's instructions. So here's the thing: like strippers are strippers all over, right?
Mm.
You know, it doesn't really matter where they're from. Strippers are strippers. Now, some of them can be very nice girls. Some of them are actually working to put themselves through college or whatever. But it's a
Yeah.
pretty nasty lifestyle that usually involves a lot of addiction and abuse and shit like that, and it fucks people up. Most of them are not okay in the head. Just
Oh,
don't
absolutely.
date strippers. I married
Yes.
one, dude. It's not a good idea.
Yes. Well, okay. So the context of the joke is we're at a commission. Odds are I'd be stationed in one of three places. Crap. Now I can't remember if it's North Carolina or South Carolina, but Carolina, but one of the Carolinas, LA or Okinawa. So my options are Carolina stripper, woman from LA, or Japanese woman.
Who
Well-
said that those were your options? Like, do you have a particular MOS you're looking for?
No, I'm not. It's just like what some of my mom's friends who are or were in the service were
Are you
saying. Like, hey,
hiking?
that's probably where he'll end up.
Okay.
I'm running.
My question is, even if you do take your mom up on her advice or what she's allowing you to do,
I'm
If
absolutely
you-
not.
but here's the thing: if you showed up at the stripper's house on a date, what do you show up with as a gift? Like Clear Heels and some Diddy oil, or what?
I mean,
I mean, those new heels have probably got to be hard to break in.
it's like
know
they
what-
make
Now I
them-
can hear you guys.
Oh, so you missed all the stuff about the video oil. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
we'll just
college football day,
slide right-
so my internet is going to be horrible.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Before we go too much further, I would like to say hello to the chat. Well, first things first. So you guys might have noticed that I pinned a link at the top of the chat. This is an experiment just to see how it goes. Those of you who have checked out the poll, the community tab, understand what this is about. I get yelled at sometimes for not pursuing, this kind of thing more aggressively, and the odds that this channel ever gets monetized are pretty freaking low. So there's no obligation whatsoever. None whatsoever. None of my shit, like I've always said, will ever be behind any kind of paywall. It's going to be free and available to everybody. But, on the off chance that, somebody out there wants to send something, and there have been a few, and you guys know who you are, and I thank you very much in the past who have sent some funds this way. It's there. It's available. The reason it's Cash App and not Stream Elements is because I haven't figured out Stream Elements yet. And as we were discussing backstage, I'm not very tech savvy. So it's a process.
I can give you an assist if you'd like.
I would very much. But
Have you used the butt plug I sent you?
not on myself.
See, I have a question, Sam. You said none of
Yes.
your content will ever be behind a paywall. Does that mean your only Sam's account will be free access?
That's
Well, I
why
mean-
it's named the butt plug, Shadow.
So here's the thing about the only Sam's account. There is a payment. It's just not money. It's the fact that you have to look at it. That's the price. The price is the images are always going to stay with you until you die.
Concern.
Extreme concern.
So, but that said, like I said, guys, there's no obligation of any kind. It's not, whatever, if something does come through, I will read it out or acknowledge whoever on stream before we go. Just kind of like the super chat thing, but without YouTube interference, kind of deal, I guess.
Mhm.
So. Like Gal does this, Devil does this. They use Stream Elements, obviously, but there's.
I was similarly forced into it and told that I need to do it. And if people want to give me money, they can. So I need to do it. So I understand.
One time, Amira came into my chat, and she was like, "Why aren't people sending money your way?" I was like, "I don't know, because I don't promote it." And so she just out of the blue posts my fucking Cash App link in the chat. And she's like, "Go spend money." And I was like, "What are you doing?" So it's the whole thing. But let's get to the chat. First up, we have Shadow of Hawk, and that had better be a juice box and not a building.
It's an airplane.
Yeah, right next to it, isn't it?
Gotcha. Yes, it's
What? Hey, I would have put a Pentagon as well, but I couldn't find an emoji of one.
It's a 5-sided shape, dude.
Yeah. And I typed in Pentagon, and there wasn't an option.
Just scroll through the emojis. I'm sure you'll find one. Anyway,
some sort of.
that said, there's the Xenosith is very good concept. I actually kind of want to bring that up on the show today because I think it's kind of funny. One of my brothers sent that to me the other day. We've got Suka with us. Hello. Truism is in the chat as well. Dude, you've got the link if you feel like coming on. We have Aaron Laura with us tonight, as always. Always a pleasure, my lady.
Aaron.
I don't know what that was. Capitano, good to see you, buddy. We have bottom of the bottle tonight. Hello, my man.
I'm at the bottom of the bottle. Oh my god.
Right, and I think that squares us right now. We are live on YouTube, Twix, and Rumble. And so if you are in any of those places and you drop a chat, it shows up on the StreamYard side. I will bring it up on screen. Yeah. You have it. Oh, and hey, there's Beak with us. Beak. By the way, I do have to shout out Beak personally. So some information got passed out to the fucking internet at large last weekend, And I'm not going to name names, and I'm not going to say what the information was, but the fact is it's out there now. If you know where to look for it, I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Anyhow,
You don't know who did it though.
I'm not done. I've been getting messages about it since then, and one of those messages was Beak, who sent me $100. So thank you. It's going towards the channel, buddy. I appreciate it.
Oh, wait a minute. Who did you blame?
I blame everybody.
No. Who were you sending messages to and blaming for it? No,
I was just telling. Look, I wasn't blaming you specifically for it. That was on. All right, I'm just gonna say the names. That was on Amira. Amira announced that shit on her channel the second I got into chat. It was really fucking annoying, and it is what it is. The only reason that I said anything to you about it is because you have a tendency to take things that were said and make them very public and try to embarrass the shit out of me. And so I didn't want that. That's all I was saying.
And what did I say? I said, hey, I had left it alone and I had forgotten all about it. Folks, if you guys don't know, we went on a show Monday and he was like, don't mention it. And I'm like, I wasn't going to say anything anyway. And then last night before we go on, hey, don't mention it. And I was like...
God damn it, Suka. God damn it, Suka.
Oh, happy birthday.
You know, my coworker, most of my coworkers don't know when my birthday is, and HR fucking publishes that shit.
He's 58.
I'm not 58. But anywho.
Sam, would a birthday donation be considered a faux pas in your eyes? Or
yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I told you.
So here's the deal, folks. I don't celebrate my birthday, and I get kind of irritated when other people want to. And it's not on you guys; it's on me. It's my hang up, but it is a hang up that I have. You know, I don't see it as a special thing. In fact, the only birthdays that I actually go out of my way to celebrate are my kids. That's it. You know, I couldn't even tell you exactly when my dad's birthday is. I know what month it is, but I don't know specifically which day off the top of my head. I'd have to go do some digging, you know, and it's not because I don't love my dad. I've never put much stock in birthdays. It's not a thing for me. So no, I'm not 100 either. You're thinking of Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. Sam is at least 100 million. Get it right, Suka.
Stop fucking with my chat.
I haven't done anything. You did that.
Somebody is.
Not me. I'm the only one here who doesn't have power.
Clue, why aren't you on the panel?
And to answer your question, yes, I have had a Cash App for like a year and a half. It came up. Somebody I know needed some help a while back, and I was nowhere near them, but I could send them some cash through that, and that was useful for that. So I've had one ever since then. But yeah. Let's see. Beak says, and when you calculate all the streams you do that I watch year, that works out to about 25 cents a episode. I tip from entertainment. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, that's what we'll call that then.
You know, Beak,
right.
I'm responsible for at least half of his success. I've had a Cash App for a very long time, and he pays me slave wages, literally, which means nothing.
Wait,
so
Larry,
you sending him money for what Shadow?
I was gonna say, is Sam not entitled to property? Is he not entitled to the sweat of his brow and the fruits of his labor?
But that's what he has you for, and the butt plug.
I mean, Shadow would be a convenient place to put the butt plug.
No.
You know, just for storage purposes.
No, we're not doing that again. That is not a thing that's happening. No.
Hey,
no.
Shadow.
I've only recently recovered from the cactus. No, not happening. Don't make this a thing.
It cost me $25 to buy that plug. $25. $25.
Cool. I don't care.
Shit, you should have asked me, man. I could have got you a discount.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You could have.
Frequent flyer discount or family discount?
Family discount.
I mean, little column A, little column B.
No.
So, and it would have been, you know, nice and shiny, and some of them even got these like little LED lights that come out and like do little designs and patterns and shit. You know, they bedazzle the butthole, as it were,
with glitter and diddy oil.
Well, they're more like big fake gems that have like LEDs right behind them. But yeah, you just got to be careful that the batteries don't leak while it's in your butt.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and drink my tea.
It is coffee.
A coffee.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, and this is when Luke comes. You know, usually, yeah.
Yeah, this is just when she pops in.
Poor
I've
Luke.
been accused of corrupting that woman recently.
You have?
Probably accurately so, you know. But she's been she made a comment the other day. I actually put out a short for that when we did our 100th episode, and she said that thing about that chick being, you know, wider than the Grand Canyon. I did make a short out of that. It is out there. And I was, in fact, genuinely shocked when she did. So.
See, I think the only regular tier streams that you haven't corrupted is Gal, and that's because she came corrupted.
I mean, yeah.
Wait,
of the
here.
four of us,
I thought she was away.
of the
I thought
four
she
of
was
us,
AFK.
she may in fact be the biggest pervert.
I wouldn't go that far.
You're muted, Gal.
I'm not. I was mouthing it.
She's like, I would. Yeah. So, yeah, one of us, Aaron. Okay, first of all, Aaron, you were a sweetheart when you started coming over here too, and then after the whole Jizzman episode, you started making really crude jokes in the comments. So I kind of feel bad about that too. Hey, Zillage, good to see you, man. We got D.D. Direwolf with us tonight. We do have some stuff to go over. It's not going to be like. So I just kicked my cable and unplugged my microphone. Sorry about that, folks.
I was like, what just happened? Because you muted and yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're not going to be like as heavy. I mean, there's going to be some stuff, but I got a couple of things that are pretty funny that I want to bring up too today. Start this, and Larry's familiar with you know, some of how this works. I don't want to, I guess, play the music because it's copyrighted all to hell. So, but there's no volume other than the music, so you're not missing anything besides John Carpenter's Halloween. So now I've got to bring it all the way up. God damn it! I really should.
Is that anything like Tim Burton's Halloween?
You obviously haven't seen Halloween.
Oh wait, Michael Myers. Okay, yeah, no. I brain farted. I didn't recognize the director's name.
Yeah, only one of the most legendary horror directors of all time.
Yes, I recognize the monster in the movie, but not the director, because I am an uncultured bastard. As
very much so. Very
which
much
one of you
so.
called me that? I can't remember which one called me that. I think it might have been Sam.
Could have been.
Maybe Gal.
Could have been. Sounds like something I might say.
It doesn't sound like something I'd say.
Might have been Larry.
She'd call you uncultured swine.
Very true. Very true. She is significantly more willing to use fancy vernacular.
Right.
You choose not to.
So this is a series of minions who are done up like horror icons. Some of them are pretty good. But yeah, the only audio here is the theme
Music.
from Halloween, from John Carpenter's Halloween. So we're not gonna worry about that. But they got some pretty cool stuff. You got Ghostface already.
Oh my god,
There's Chucky.
They're animated.
Saw.
Oh, I love that.
That's Jigsaw.
We got
The hell did that just come back?
whatever.
Pennywise.
There's Pinhead.
And Pinhead.
Jason.
What did I just
Drinking a
walk back in
Starbucks.
on?
Starbucks.
Then we got I don't remember who that one is. There's Frankenstein.
Oh, was that the dad from The Shining?
Might have been. There's Samara from The Ring.
Samara.
Nice.
Dracula. I think that's supposed to be Reagan from from Poltergeist, and that might be Leatherface.
Texas Chainsaw, yeah.
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Yep. And then it just starts over
Right.
again. So
Kind of sad we didn't get a xenomorph minion.
Who made this?
well, I don't know. It came up. So I follow this account called Hollywood Horror Museum, and they post some of the wildest shit. And this is I don't know exactly where they got this from. They just uploaded it on one of their posts earlier. So, but it's pretty cool. I liked it. Yeah. Wow. Carol Ann is from Poltergeist. Reagan is from The Exorcist. Yeah. But I was thinking of the one that was floating. I think was Reagan from The Exorcist.
Hey, Jack.
'Cause- yeah,
Hey,
it
Andy.
is what it is. And also, hello, Jack, and Andy Pickle. Yeah, it was kind of a neat little thing. It's obviously I don't think like Illumination put this out. I think somebody else did. Is probably just a like some AI construct or whatever. Because Illumination, I don't think has access to the rights to that music either. So I don't know, but I enjoyed it. It was cool.
Just more proof
So it
that the
sounds- it
minions
sounds
were
like, yeah,
conceptually
somebody-
perfect.
I don't know if they were conceptually perfect, but they're entertaining. I know my kids like them a lot, but
Well, that's what I mean.
can't-
Is they're just like they're perfect for just pseudo edgy childhood wonderment. The problem is Illumination overuses them.
well, it's kind of their one thing. They've done a handful of other IP stuff, but none of that took off like Despicable Me.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
no,
spinoffs did.
I mean, within the context of the films, like they've got some good one-off jokes, but it feels like they load a shotgun with them, and some of them are amazing, and some of them don't really stick.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's kind of typical for a lot of things these days, So I don't know. I think the characters are pretty cool. The designs are cool. They the personalities are pretty neat. I just don't think all the movies are very good.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
So we start getting into Gru's childhood, and I'm like, oh, good. Let's go. I'll sit on a fucking shrink's couch for a while. Yay.
Yep. Though to be fair, it made up a very, very, very potent individual.
Yeah.
The man
Yeah.
dodged missiles like Neo.
Yeah. I don't know. They were kind of fun movies. And the other funny thing that I was gonna bring up. Let me pull this up here. This one is going to have sound because the joke doesn't really work without it.
And we're about to get copyright hit, boys and girls.
Never mind. I see what the face is now.
No, I don't think we are. I'm pretty sure that the guy who owns the copyright to this voice and these words is dead. So
Oh. Oh.
are y'all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
I thought I was just seeing things.
Gib du jetzt eine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin. Für Richtiges. Ob du glaubst, dass ich
This is so well done.
Oh, it froze.
Oh, did it? That's
Well,
unfortunate.
as soon as I got done, it picked back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
meine Art
That's pretty much it. It's just,
Yeah. You got the gist. Yeah.
I saw that the other day and it cracked up. I was like, holy shit. And the guy who posted it was is a parody account called Il Donaldo Trumpo. But he said,
Yeah.
who did this?
I like that account.
I mean, it's 100% accurate, unironically.
It's so good. So good.
Like if you
Speaking
look,
of
if you look in, oh, sorry.
You
well,
should be
speaking
sorry.
of Kamala Harris and her, the things that she
Please.
says, I hear that very, very recently, she said some shit about Christians at a rally.
Oh yeah, that's going
Oh,
around.
really?
Wrong
Yeah.
rally.
Yeah. Well, you hear what how was her name? Who was that? Who's that embarrassed her back in 2020 running for president?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard. What Tulsi Gabbard said the other day, some YouTuber interviewed her, and he was just like, "Why are Democrats attacking, certain religions all of a sudden?" And she was like, "Well, because they want to be the authority. They want to be able to tell us what to eat, how to think, what's appropriate,
They
and what's
want
not."
to be God.
And yeah, they want to be God.
Yes.
And people who believe in a higher power are not buying their BS. And as reference to Hitler, I would dare say that if you've ever watched any of Dinesh D'Souza's speeches from a few years back, the Nazis got their propaganda from the Democrat Party. And he said the only thing they did was, when the Nazis went into action, they took the word black off and replaced it with the J word, and then proceeded to follow through exactly with the Democrat playbook. So, but pretty much what we were watching just now was a Democrat, agent doing what they've always done, just in a different language. But you can already tell just by the way she's moving, she's following the script to a T. It definitely did come out of her brain because she doesn't have one, and she was just repeating what they always repeat.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of interesting though when you bring up the replacement of the word black with the word Jews. I suppose that the word wasn't black at the time, but
yeah, it was. Yeah, it
was.
Was it? Yeah, it's based off the Jim Crow laws. Yeah, and the black codes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was legislation that used a different word. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's what they use.
Well, see, hold on. That's slang. That's not like actual codifiable language. It would be like trying to use bro or hoe. You'd have to use comrade and prostitute respectively for legal paperwork.
Wait, was
Sorry,
that Clue? Oh no, that was Clue.
Yeah, it was Clue. So I don't know. If I were writing laws, I would want to spice it up a little bit with some fun language. Like instead of hoe or prostitute, I would use something like painted Jezebel, because it really like pops an image in your mind.
Yeah. Well, aren't you a
Or
borderline
even just
anarchist
Lady of
anyway?
the Night.
Am I a borderline anarchist? No.
He
Just
is.
because I
He's
hate
full on.
He's full on.
It's a little less cut and dry than that, because I also think that anarchy leads only to eventual totalitarianism anyway. So the problem with the totalitarians is that they got this thing where they want total government control, right?
Mhm.
Total structure. Whereas the anarchists want no structure at all. And I personally think that both of those only lead to bad things. There's got to be a middle ground, but that middle ground has to be with minimal government. If that makes sense. Because like what happens with anarchy, with true anarchy, right? These guys fail to take in human nature the same way that the utopists do, and the communists do, and all of that. And when I say communists, I mean the ones on the ground shilling for the shit, not the ones who actually know what they're doing and just plan to put everybody in a big fucking hole in the ground. But the problem is, it's like it's the same problem with libertarianism. Everybody's got their own thing. Everybody owns their own stuff, and they're all happy in their own little worlds. But the problem is like human nature. Like your neighbor's going to be like, hey, he's got some cool stuff. I kind of want that stuff. I got more guns than he does. I'm going to go take his stuff. And that's what happens. And then you end up with a guy who's got all the stuff and people working for him because they want some of the stuff too, but they're not quite as strong as he is. And we are fucking totalitarian shit. Might be smaller scale, but it's the same shit. It doesn't fucking work.
That's why any ideology, fucking English right now. That's why any ideology stemming from Rousseau is just enabled to fail. It just assumes that base-natured individuals are good and moral people.
Hey, ATL.
Which is not true.
Yeah.
The last naturally good people were Adam and Eve, and they willingly chose to corrupt themselves. They were born automatons incapable of good or evil, and then cursed themselves into evil.
Well, first of all, Adam wasn't born, and neither was Eve.
You get my general gist. You get my point. You get the bullshit pseudo intellectual point I'm trying to make.
Secondly, it's not that they didn't do bad things. They were unaware of the difference between good and evil until they ate of the fruit of the tree. That doesn't mean that they weren't doing fucking stupid, bad, evil, or lusty things before that. They just didn't realize the difference between right and wrong. They were innocent in that sense, but that doesn't mean that shit wasn't happening.
Also, humans were just
you,
never.
You don't know that Adam didn't fuck a sheep prior to that.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't Welsh.
I'm just saying. No, there were no Welshmen at the time. That doesn't matter. They're not the only people who fuck sheep. You know?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Who? Chileans or alpacas?
There are Americans who do it, dude.
Yeah, well, Americans are a cocktail of a variety of different things. Some of that is probably
I'm just
Welsh.
saying, you can't just label like a whole group of people with sheep fucker when there's more than one instance of sheep fuckers who are not of that label.
Sure, I can. I just come off like a dumbass xenophobic bastard.
Yeah, you are absolutely xenophobic bastard. In fact, you know what has always bothered me about you, kid, and I mean this with love, I really do, but you like to put people in boxes the same way the fucking blue-haired leftards do.
Oh, categorically.
And that's retarded.
Yes.
Stop being retarded.
No.
I'm gonna send him a pink helmet.
Hey Sam. But wouldn't that kind of include you too? I mean, there's a pot calling the kettle black. I mean, let's face it. You're a green spatial entity, and we all know that yellow and blue make green.
I'm not sure any of that made any sense.
It made sense to me. That's all I care about.
It didn't make sense to me either, but my brain is oxygen starved right now.
Yeah. In other words, you just said that he puts people in boxes like, quote, blue-haired weirdos, whatever you call them. But technically, you're kind of a blue-haired weirdo because in order to make green, you need the color blue and the color yellow.
Yeah,
so
his skin is green, not his hair.
Shut up. Anyway,
he's got you there though, Larry.
Yeah, like you would need a cop and a. I actually probably shouldn't finish that joke.
You're just saying that because your handle is green-haired anti-liberal.
No,
I'm trying to leave you out of this.
Eddie, that's nasty.
Oh, that was a great South Park episode, though.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, I know it's a real thing. That's why it's a great South Park episode.
At least Aaron appreciates me.
She appreciates your attempt.
Shut up.
So you know how I think it was Sam that said I was probably the one with the dirtiest mind here.
Sam said that.
He said you're probably the biggest pervert. I think was his.
I strongly disagree with that.
Aaron's comment, giggity.
Her comment about me, huh?
about you stretching things.
Well,
I hate.
I mean, I do work at the BBC channel, so.
Can I just end my life? That would be
any
hilarious,
minute.
I think.
Any minute now, Lou. You can come in at any minute now. Somebody email Lou Casley and get her on. Hey, Lou.
No. Don't spare Lou. Lou is innocent. Lou doesn't.
We're gonna have to change her name to Lou with a D.
No.
Lou Casley.
Wouldn't it be Lud? LUD would just be Lud.
No, we would have to respell it. It'd be L-E.
You would need a second U. You would need a UD. Lude.
Depends on what language.
True. If we're using Chinese and you put the two dots in the vector thing, then that's a dude. I'm gonna get shot, aren't I?
Go to Boku. Oh no! Oh wow! Hi, Lou.
Hey, look,
Now here's the
Lou,
question: was she actually was she
you're here
lurking?
just in time. Shadows outside blowing and stretching something. That's the air that you're hearing.
Fucking bite me.
No, I don't do that. I don't leave marks.
I fucking
I,
do.
I hate all of you.
Hey, what the fuck did I do?
I'll get back to you on that.
put-
Actually, I'll get back to you. You are uncharacteristically nice to me out of everyone in this group, so I'll have to think about that.
Uncharacteristically nice.
Yeah, that's fair. I've seen her go after Dermy.
But Dermy deserves it.
Yeah, it's not the point. The point is she's vicious. She's like a raster with an innie, not an outie.
I'm not that old, Aaron. I am not that old.
He's older than me though.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
a couple
Aaron's
years.
comment. Aaron's comment is very based.
Let's see. Oh, about the dentures?
To
Yes.
gum you?
Well, judging by all the air, you can hear where Shadow's at. It sounds like he took all his teeth out.
No, that's just Oklahoma.
See, I also would like
Blow-
to say giggity to that comment. So
Blowklahoma.
for Aaron.
Also, Cavatino, if you mean those like really, really gay looking ones that most cross country kids wear now, no.
Well, they used to just be running shorts, and they didn't become gay until like fucking 20 years ago.
See, the ones
He's
I'm
got a-
talking about, the
He's
ones
got
that
a
I'm
hole in
talking
the back
about,
for easy access.
I fucking hate you.
You could be running in silkies.
I don't know what those are, but I'm concerned.
You will. I mean, your goals in life will take you there.
Evidently, so it would seem.
How
about,
does that
like,
song go?
This,
I
this
want
one,
to take you there.
if they have an inner lining.
Giggity, Aaron. Giggity.
Why, thank you, my dear.
So, Sam, what are the other topics for tonight?
Well, one of the ones that's come up is from the Washington Post. You know, you can always trust good old Wappa to get the facts right. Dude, like that wind is
Mute
killing me,
when you're
man.
not- I mean, he did mute it.
I am heading home, so
Okay,
like 2 minutes, and then there won't be wind.
thank God. But this here,
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I keep forgetting to mute.
scientists have captured Earth's climate over the last 485 million years. Here's a surprising place we stand now. This massive timeline of Earth's temperatures offers a warning about climate change. I don't see that it does, actually. So if we look at the hold on a second, I gotta. Oh, hey, there's a whole article here. I should have clicked on that first. So give me a second and I'll bring that right up.
That's what she said.
She does on occasion say that. That's true. So an effort to understand Earth's climate or past climates uncovered a history of wild temperature shifts and offer a warning on the consequences of human-caused warming. Actually, I think this very chart disproves the idea of human-caused warming, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because if we're looking at it, right? I don't know if you guys can see my. I don't think you can. My cursor here, but if you're looking at it, like right up here on the right side, you've got the extinction of dinosaurs, right? And the mean temperature right about the time the extinction of dinosaurs happens is somewhere in the I want to say 78, 80 degrees Fahrenheit range, right? Mean temperature globally across the globe. Currently, it's just below 60 degrees globally. Might be rising a little bit, but that's fine. We also look back a little bit before the extinction of the dinosaurs, right? To I want to say 100, maybe 85 million years ago, right? And it spiked considerably higher. The mean temperature's closer to like 90 something. You know, and the dinosaurs were fine then. If you buy that the dinosaurs were a thing, right? They were a thing between 65 million years ago is when they went extinct, but they were around for, I think, pretty close to 180 million years prior to that.
Yeah.
Which would put them...
Dinosaur is a very broad category.
Sure. So we'll talk extinct megafauna then.
That's basically what dinosaur means. I'm just being a pedantic dick.
No, dinosaur means thunder lizard specifically.
Well, I've lost this round.
Yes, you have. I may not know every last little detail about Hadrian's fucking page boy.
Hey, he
don't fuck with me on dinosaurs.
I think he had two.
So, whatever. I don't. Nobody cares. Their names are lost to history for good fucking reason. They were unimportant.
Whoa!
You heard me. I think did he drop?
Just drop his phone? I don't know. He's muted. Unmuted.
Oh, I'm not. I just turned my headphones off because I don't need them anymore because I'm home.
Oh, good.
I'm home. No more wind.
Yeah. So, but I think this chart, like just on the surface of the chart, not even reading the rest of the article, but looking at the chart itself, I think disproves this whole thing, because we're currently right now along this timeline, we are at one of the coldest mean temperatures globally that it has ever been, and there have been fucking global ice ages before.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, even assuming it does get warmer and warmer, and that becomes a problem as we melt the ice caps and stuff, that cold water is going to make it into the ocean, lowering the temperature, resulting in a net cooling eventually. So, like, why are we concerned?
We're not. We shouldn't be.
Because the Democrats need to be.
Actually, no. There is an argument to it. It just requires you to be a humanist. Random people will have their way of life altered or will have to adapt, and that is bad. People on certain islands will have to relocate, and certain people won't be able to grow food the way they currently grow food. So
figured it out so far.
Ooh, yeah. And if they can't adapt, well, that's just Darwinism, as mean as that is.
Well, the fact is the extinction of the dinosaurs is like the biggest cataclysm that we can point to in terms of like total loss of life, right? In a short period of time, in a very short period of time. That's one of the biggest ones that we can point to, but it's not the only like apocalyptic event that's ever happened on this planet. It wasn't the first. It will not be the last. And we're not that fucking special. Like the next one rolls around, it might wipe us out. But that doesn't mean that it's because I decided to drive a fucking Pinto around town.
Yeah,
exactly.
It just means things are going to get a little bit hotter. Also, if Musk gets us to Mars, I don't like the man for a few reasons. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be roaches.
Sure, something like that. But point, regardless of extraplanetary exploration and colonization, anything of that nature, the only real problems that we'll have here is the extinction of our species, right? But this could happen at any time. It could happen fucking in 20 minutes. It could happen 10 million years from now. We don't know, right? So the fact that we go around like freaking out about, oh my God, it got a little bit warmer. I was like, yeah, but it's still fucking significantly cooler than almost the entirety of human goddamn history. And much further back, actually. It's silly. It's a silly argument.
Well, and all these people out there that are like, well, we have to stop damaging our planet. Like we can't just not do anything. And I'm like, okay. How did that work for the 70s tree hugging eco-terrorist bullshit?
Right.
Because we went from planting a tree for using paper, like to balance it out, to stopping using paper and replacing it with plastic. And where are we right now? Oh, when I go to the grocery store right now, the only option is either bring your own bag that's a carbon footprint or take paper, because plastic is bad for the environment. And that was your solution back in the fucking 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was going to bring up microplastics.
Oh no,
That's
it's
a
just
whole
the
other
basic
problem.
bullshit that they brought upon us because tree-hugging hippies.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of whiny children who don't think for. It's the same thing with those Parkland, like, off topic, but it's the same thing as those like Parkland high school kids. Guns bad, guns bad, guns bad. We can never have what happened again. Things get implemented like transparent backpacks, and they suddenly start freaking the fuck out because it's not exactly what they wanted. Like, you can't just whine and expect things to go your way if you want to live in the world. I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
Hippies created a modern activist. Yes and no. Yes and no. Hippies were a reaction to some things back in the day, and they obviously did start a lot of stuff. But I'd say that probably the beginning of modern activism goes all the way back to
Women.
well, even further back than that, because like,
LSD.
you know, if you talk about the founding fathers, they were passing out pamphlets and holding rallies and shit, you know, well before suffragette
Valid.
shit happened over here.
But they
You
weren't.
know, so
They weren't nagging us.
and then no, but they did start a fucking war.
Mhm.
Gentlemanly, good sir.
So welcome, Clue.
Hello, everybody.
Clue,
Hi,
Clue.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
Drill more oil. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing. One of the things that people outside of the oil industry and the energy industry in general don't seem to understand is that it is not a limited resource. There will be moments where there's less of it than others, but it does fucking replenish. Right? Takes a while, but it does happen. We are not going to run through all of our fucking reserves before it starts to replenish itself.
Yeah. Also, we are already on the way of finding alternatives. So even if like we do run into the situation where it's a problem, cool, we've had time to develop. Like, the moment it actually starts becoming an issue, oil companies will recognize, shit, we're going to run out of stock. Let's slowly switch, because capitalism, let's slowly shift over to nuclear because we're running out of the thing that we sell to people. Like,
I mean, we should have made this shift to nuclear in the fucking 70s, but everybody got scared after 3 Mile Island, and then Chernobyl happened in the 80s, and yeah, it's fucking retarded because those were isolated incidents, but all of which could be boiled down to specifically human error.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, isn't Chernobyl just proof that communists can't boil water?
I mean, they boiled it pretty good.
Can't boil water. They're like that one chick who was cooking in lingerie, just doesn't know what they're doing and almost causes a house fire.
Yeah.
What's stopping us from having nuclear power plants?
Lobbyists,
Politics.
Democrats.
Politics.
Democrats in the U.S., Green parties in Europe, and then not being communist in Russia and China.
But nuclear is the greenest there is. Like practically no side, whatever you call them.
No, Clue. There's actually a very big side issue. Clue. There's a very huge side issue.
Really?
The oil companies,
if done correctly.
The oil companies stop giving money to both sides of the political spectrum, and you can't charge exorbitant fees on people for their power. Those are the side effects, Clue. Those are the issues.
Can't they be cut in on some of the profits?
Yeah, no, unironically, what do you think lobbying is?
So there are some other issues
country's
besides the
fucked.
politics. But like, for instance, Germany just recently fucking decommissioned, I think, one of the most integral fucking nuclear power plants in all of Germany here a little while back. They just totally shut it down. I think they're going to fucking tear it down and use the materials to build something else. Probably another Berlin Wall, whatever. You know how those Germans like to segregate people. But
They need to lose a little more before that happens.
No, they don't. They're Germans. They can make it happen. German engineering's nothing to scoff at.
Actually,
They make great cars. Woo, yes.
Unironically, the more I read about it, the more I realize it wasn't German engineering. It was German, fuck you, we're going to win this shit, more so than anything.
Yeah. But there are other problems. Like, so one of the big problems is the fact that there are not enough people going into STEM fields, not just here in the United States, although it's a massive problem here in the United States, but elsewhere in the world too. I mean, there are certain places like I think South Korea, Japan, they're doing very well in that regard, but they're also like, losing population like nobody's business. So it's not going to matter in about fucking 50 years.
So you're saying all the TikTok majors are a problem?
Yes, I
Okay.
am. I'm saying anybody who gets into like human resources, anybody who gets into like any kind of bullshit psychology nonsense, anybody who gets into social work, anybody who wants to, learn underwater basket weaving, as Amir is so fond of saying, all of those things are absolutely useless to society.
So what you're saying is
Useless.
the democratization of higher education has resulted in a lack of pursuit of excellence, resulting in a large population of worthless people rather than a large population of laborers and a small elite class who can actually get shit done.
I mean,
Shadoo
if
is
that's what you
awesome.
took away from that, sure, I guess, but that's not what I
Shadoo is
said.
awesome.
He did all that without breathing.
It's my vote.
Thank you, Cleo. Thank you.
So the issue there is that we don't have enough people going into the fields of mathematics, of the sciences, of the practical things like that. And without that, there are no upcoming nuclear engineers. Everybody who built our nuclear system, in terms of energy production, in terms of power plants, that sort of thing, worldwide, really, everybody who knew how that shit worked is either dead or dying, and no one is ready to take their place. Nobody's going to understand. They're going to end up having to go the Elon Musk route and learn how to build rockets from fucking scratch because the technology's been lost.
Doesn't China have people?
They have people. What's your point?
I mean,
Lots
people
of
who can do this, kind of like in a sarcastic, asshole-ish way, bringing up that the arguably greatest threat to humanity currently, well, one of the greatest threats to humanity currently, would be the ones that have the ability to use that technology, rather than people who are less of a problem.
So if you're talking about weaponry, then yeah, they'd be a problem. But as far as just using it to power their cities goes, I wouldn't call that, if they've got people that can do that, sure, that's great. Good for them. They're not, and they're certainly not going to share that information out without, a price or whatever. But
Right.
I'm talking about at home. I do not fucking care about China.
Yeah, I don't either. But my main point, well, actually, I kind of do in the sense of if they are the ones who know how to develop nuclear power technology and maintain it. Hey, America, yeah. You guys want some power? You guys want some nuclear power plants? Okay, sure. What's the deal? Don't worry about it. Builds the nuclear power plant. Yeah, so about that, don't worry about it. We would like a free economic zone in your country, kind of like what we have in Cambodia, where we can just do whatever we want. Oh, and if you refuse to give this to us, that sweet nuclear power plant that you set up to your grid, we'll just decommission it, and you won't be able to use it. So give us that. Give us basically the ability to make a sovereign part of our nation right smack dab in the middle of your country. Let's do it. That's my concern. Basically finding basically what they're doing in like Southeast Asia and Africa, but with money and engineering, with the fact that, hey, we have a piece of technology that would benefit America that you don't have access to because you guys got TikToked. By the way, you can thank us for that. And then using that as leverage against us.
So I think you're thinking too deeply into this.
I don't think
I don't think China cares that much about us. Not to go to those lengths. They're more than happy to just let us destroy ourselves and then come in and take over when we're all dead. It's easier that way.
I think that's the plan.
I mean, but
they've already got their little sleeper cells here.
Yeah, they're all in Texas, all near Austin. There's a lot of them.
Then you don't have an intact market that you can use to sell your cheap goods at a profit. Which ultimately
it's not about intact markets, dude. It's about resources. They've got the resources. Yeah. They can just ship that shit back home, and they've got a fucking baked in market there.
Yeah, but a bigger
That's what they're doing in Africa, by the way.
Yes, I'm aware, but that would be purely logical. But if we weren't dealing, but you've also got the human component. Yeah, English, stop failing. There's also the human component of wanting to rule over things, and I feel like the Chinese people would love that idea.
I want to know how every conversation I have with you about any random topic whatsoever always comes back to China with you.
I was thinking the same thing when we first brought it up.
Every time.
I've got absolutely no clue, but I will make an effort not to do that anymore.
I think you've got commie brain.
Fuck. Okay, I'll make sure. I'll look.
You might want to get
I'll look
that
into
checked out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I think I got a lead. I think I got like a lead tablet. I'll just take one of those.
Oh my god.
So my point is, going back to the nuclear thing, right? We do need people to start learning this shit again. We need people to start teaching this shit again to pass it down, because it is cleaner than coal. Coal is not as filthy as they tell you it is, by the way, but it is cleaner than coal. It is it's more reliable than like if you're running everything on petroleum, right? You got to make sure that those pipelines stay intact. But like what we saw with the Nord Stream pipeline is not the only potential problem. A landslide could do the same thing, right? Or an earthquake or whatever. Like, and there's boom, that interrupts your fucking supply, and then you're fucked, right?
Fucking
Until you go
true.
and clear that out and you rebuild it, which takes time, which could cost a lot of cash and probably even lives. I mean, we run everything on burning fuel, hospitals, that kind of thing. And
why can't we do anything with ocean current? You got all this water constantly moving. You got that high pressure at the bottom. Can't we turn that into energy?
Honestly, because it doesn't generate enough to meet our needs.
Yeah, that would be
I'm sure more than wind, but we seem to love wind for some fucking reason.
Well, no, wind is a fucking pipe dream they were selling people so that they could go and fucking, I don't know, take over people's land and shit. That had nothing to do with energy production.
Also, engineering project wise, a windmill is, I would argue, is probably significantly more easy to build and maintain than with our current technology.
Have you been to a wind farm?
I drive.
They're all in Ohio and
there's some
Nevada
in Oklahoma
and Arizona.
There's a lot of them. Each of those blades is 180 feet long by itself. Every one of them has to be shipped in sections. Like it is not.
I've seen them on the road.
Yeah, well,
it is not that simple to maintain or to construct.
And that's where I was going with the compared to trying to harvest ocean currents. Maybe the wind farms are easier with our current technology to get some power out of compared to harvesting from ocean currents. Obviously, wind farms are freaking stupid in the same way that solar panels should be. Solar panels at least have the value of being a supplementary source for like roofs
Not
and
really.
cars. In the sense of you could just put them there and they're free. Basically, I'm not saying make solar panel farms, but like put them on top of cars or put them on top of roofs.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, man.
Charge your electric toothbrush or something.
For like smaller like smaller scale stuff, sure, solar panels can do just fine. Like you get solar powered cars, they're good as long as the sun's up. But if it's a cloudy day, you're kind of fucked. They don't retain energy very well. In fact, you end up bleeding off all but like I think 12% of the energy that they intake. That's just lost, that can't be used. They don't retain very much. They don't and they're extremely expensive. That the whole thing is completely cost ineffective. You're better off burning coal for that, or petroleum.
But the ocean never stops moving, whereas wind stops a lot. I'm just saying we could use the ocean for something.
No.
Hey, Alf. Good to see you. Also, everybody in chat, I know everything I said at the top of the show. I'm going to get a little hypocritical here. Happy birthday, Horny Alf.
No. Happy birthday.
So,
Yes, but he celebrates it.
Oh,
He's really not
yeah.
hypocritical.
yeah, he likes it. He likes it when you say happy birthday to him. So do so.
Well, happy birthday, Alfred. Stay horny, my friend. Stay horny.
Stay horny.
So, but yeah, the I don't know. We need the nuclear plants. We need those. Like you guys, I know Larry and Clue are probably old enough to remember this as well. But like you guys remember what happened with 3 Mile Island, right? They made a movie about it called The China Syndrome.
Absolutely no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be because it's like 3 decades before your time, Shadow.
I was just going to say, he didn't name you when he said that you would remember.
Just aware.
The 2 others.
I'm being a narcissistic
So
jackass.
it happened before I
He
was
doesn't even
born,
remember
but not a lot.
9/11.
Yeah. It was it happened before I was born, but it was a very big scandal. It's actually the reason they don't talk about it in schools and shit. You don't hear about it in your education is because it was swept under the fucking rug. Right.
I
As soon as
recognize
they
the
could.
name. I just don't remember anything about it. Like I learned about it, but
Yeah, so it was a power plant that was out on on the 3 Mile Island, which was an island that's about 3 miles long, I think, off the coast of New Jersey.
mm,
And they essentially barely prevented a total meltdown. And it put such a fear of nuclear energy into the American people and American politicians who were against this stuff fucking fanned the flames of that like nobody's business. And it was essentially the beginning of the end of nuclear power plants in the United States. And then about that was in I want to say that was in 1973 or 4, right, guys?
Yeah.
Somewhere about
Man,
there.
ain't that old? I'm 79.
Well, yeah, and then short time later in 1986, Chernobyl happened over in Ukraine, which caused problems for a larger area than just the power plant itself. Fun fact about this, by the way, Chernobyl is a Ukrainian word that literally means wormwood.
1979, Sam.
Okay, yeah, so it would have been like 7 years later, but yeah, it was around that time, and the only plants that grow with any kind of hardiness and not looking sickly in the area, in the irradiated area around Chernobyl, are the wormwood plants, greater and lesser. And what's of interest to me is there's a passage in the Book of Revelations that talks about the star wormwood coming down and poisoning a third of the waters of the world.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
At the time, the Roman Empire was considered the entire world, and Chernobyl's problems did, in fact, contaminate about a third of the waters of Europe. It's just a fun fact, side fact, but still. But that put the fear of everybody else, the fear of nuclear into everybody else. And then, we were getting along, we were doing just fine. And then, what was it, like 2010 or 2011 that Fukushima happened? Gal, you were in Japan at the time, right?
I was there, yeah. 2011.
And oh my God, all the nuclear fears sprung back up again. Everybody was afraid that it was going to contaminate the entire ocean. It was going to mutate and kill all of the fish, and people were going to starve, and you couldn't, rainwater was going to turn magically into the acid rain they promised us in the 70s and 80s. It never actually happened.
And it's like the global warming problem that we've all been educated about in school and fear-mongered for decades on.
Yeah.
And
so
wait, quick question.
The world was supposed to end in 97, but that ain't happened.
2012.
Well,
see, that's the problem. They keep giving us new dates for the world to end, and it keeps not happening.
Yep. You'd think they'd learn.
And before you had the internet, they could, because information was not democratized, they could just go, "No, you're crazy. No. Like, look, this is what it says," and you would have to think, "Hey, they're lying to me," and keep old newspapers and magazines to go, "Nah, this is what you said back then." Now you just Google it. I mean, granted, they're working hard to suppress that angle, but there's always going to be one 4chan rabbit hole.
Yeah. So we gotta figure out how to get past this fear of this stuff, because on the whole, it is safer as long as it's properly maintained by people who have an understanding of nuclear science, right? And it is possible to make this shit work, and it does provide a lot more energy for a lot less. It's not obviously cold fusion is out of the question. That I know there are people who say that it's a possibility. I'm not convinced that it is, but even if it is, we're still not there yet, which would be theoretically limitless energy for everybody. But I don't know if I buy that. But right now, nuclear is our best option, right? Putting hydrogen powered engines in our fucking cars would probably be the best way to go in terms of energy efficiency and longevity. However, that also means you're sitting on a bomb.
Aren't you already?
Yeah, that's a problem. But you're sitting on a bomb anyway with gasoline.
I mean, that's true.
So
right? But your gasoline bomb's not going to take out the entire neighborhood.
See, that's my question.
that's
Is
true.
what's the like? Are we talking like a Fallout 4 situation where like you plink a car with a small arm and then you took out fucking half the neighborhood, or are we talking something worse?
No, it'd be about like that. You know, we're not talking. It wouldn't require too much visible material to make something like that go. You know, because when we're looking at like nuclear power plants. So you guys know how critical mass works, right?
Not at all, actually.
Okay.
I thought you
So,
were
like-
saying a your mama joke or something. So
I mean,
No,
that's
I'm
critical
not.
mass.
I'm not that childish. I'm the youngest person here, but I'm not that childish.
no, I was meaning
She was
Sam,
talking to me.
the critical.
Wow,
Oh.
you're internalizing everything, aren't you? Should do.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'm on my narcissism mark.
He took a lot of shit at the beginning of the show, too, but
a lot, yeah, an excessive amount.
it was a little bit excessive. So in an atom bomb, right, they usually use uranium or plutonium, and what that does, so they've got so much plutonium you can have in one place before fusion just happens on its own, right? And that's the critical mass point. So like you get enough of it in one place, it's just gonna fucking go. So that how an atom bomb usually works is that you've got two halves of a sphere of plutonium, neither of which is enough to create critical mass on its own, or that kind of chain reaction on its own. But if you put them together, they will instantly. So there's a thin lead sheet between the two halves of the sphere, right? And when the detonator goes off, basically what it does is it removes the sheet from between them, and it comes together, and then you get the fission, and boom. The amount of plutonium that it actually takes to do that is about it's about the size of a baseball. You know, it's denser obviously than a leather ball filled with cork, but it's about the size of a baseball. It's really not that much. And that's for like an atom bomb, right? So when we're talking about what nuclear power plants do, they can take similar amounts of fissile materials and generate energy with them without reaching critical mass. Critical mass would be bad. That would be very, very bad. But if you can regulate it without reaching critical mass, you can, in theory, generate energy, not indefinitely, but pretty close to at least the point where the half-life wears down, so where it's not usable anymore. But then you just bring some more in. It's a hell of a lot more efficient than anything else we've got. So if any of that made any sense, like, let me know, because I kind of feel like I rambled a little.
No, it made sense, and you didn't ramble.
I thought you were going to say the size of like a football field or something. You said baseball. Jeez.
Yeah, like a baseball in your hand.
Sam's old fashioned. He longs for the days when baseball.
Maybe not even that. Maybe closer to a tennis ball size.
What's a tennis ball?
I wish I could reach through the screen and slap you.
I mean, I could do it.
Should do his own something.
Like, how hard are we talking? And are we talking like a normal slap or a pimp slap?
A bitch slap.
Yeah. Well, see, Jack, you might be right. Thing is I'm not a nuclear expert. You know, I know a little bit about a little bit, but I don't know everything about it. So, like, yeah, it's entirely possible that I'm wrong about how that would work in a car, but it is possible to create hydrogen-powered cars or what have you. So, but yeah, but my point is like that we're sitting on a bunch of fucking energy that we're not using. The other problem with that is that the places where fissile materials, or like what they call rare earth minerals, are mined. If there's a place called Edgemont, South Dakota, right? And near there is a uranium mine, a rare earth minerals mine, sorry, where they mine for yellow cake uranium and some other fissile stuff like cadmium and that kind of thing. Very, very toxic materials. Everybody who lives in and around that town they have cancer rates that are through the fucking roof. You know, because it mutates, it gets into the water, it gets into the land, it gets into the air, it's everywhere. You can't be there for an extended period of time and not come down with something that's probably going to kill you.
So Aaron Brockovich didn't save them.
No, she didn't. So it's one of those things, like you obviously, you know, this material is dangerous, and it is, you know, you don't want to be doing this near populated areas like mining for it or anything like that. And this is pretty refined, by the way. So yeah, you just generally, like, there are dangers, obviously, but there are dangers to fucking coal mining too. You know how many people get run over by a haul truck every year? You know, because you can't see anything around you because you're 70 feet up in the air and your tires are, you know, the size of the building that you're in currently.
But nobody cares about that because it's the flyover states.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of like that. Fly over our state and keep your bullshit over there on the coast. Just don't bring it over here.
Off our ground. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're more than happy to take our fucking coal, or in Kansas and Nebraska's case, our breadbaskety food, you know, or whatever other resources we provide them.
Yes, because you are merely resource extraction zones. Shut up and get back to the fields.
Valid.
Yeah. So, anywho, but yeah, long story short, Clue, I think, you know, nuclear is the way to go, but that isn't the only way that happens successfully. Is if we start encouraging young people into going into hard sciences.
Would that put them on some kind of a list for just being interested?
Well, it depends, Clue. Are they black or women?
They could be.
Jesus. Hi, Toasty.
Howdy, Toasty. I'm speaking to affirmative action because if I remember right, it's like
Toasty.
If you have like 100 seats, right, for STEM fields, certain portions of those are like completely blocked off for people of specific backgrounds. So say, for instance, you have 100 white guys. White straight guys want the spots because of affirmative action. Say only 70 of them will get the spots. And then in class, those 70 will suffer institutionalized punishment by the professor, by the school, by the other students for that. So because of this like push for equality and for reparations for past misdeeds, you basically dissuaded young men from even approaching that. And as much as people are going to hate this, in a place like America, young white men are one of the two major majorities, white women being the other one. And so once you browbeat the largest population from doing a field, you're now going to have very few people who want to do that field. And when the majority of the people entering that field are only doing it because they're getting some kind of preferential treatment and they're unable to like maintain standards to actually do anything, you're either going to see them failing out or you're going to see we have subpar individuals in position. And given Boeing's track record recently, I'm thinking we're seeing a lot of the latter. And I feel like I'm being too sexist and racist, and I apologize.
Oh, it's great.
The black man supports me, so I recant my apology.
So
he doesn't speak for black women.
That is. Let's make a renegade school. Say, we're not gonna do in these rules. Anybody that qualified can be enrolled here. Anybody. We don't see these groups and shit.
So where are you getting the funding for that?
I don't know. Somebody rich.
Hey, we'll sell Gal's house.
I'll sell my house so I can move to Texas, and you ain't seeing any of it.
Yo, which part of Texas? North, south, east, or west?
Hey, don't give that away, because somebody will look you up, Gal.
East.
Yo.
Oh, I know.
Which is always weird to me because, well, not always weird to me. It's weird to say that because I've lived in the West my entire life. I was in the west of Montana. Technically, I'm in eastern Colorado, I guess. But I just hate Colorado in general, so I don't think about the state as often as possible.
Sort of eastern Colorado, but yeah.
Why'd you leave Montana?
Why'd
you leave Montana? That seemed like a great place to live.
Joined the Marines.
Ooh,
She hates snow.
I do hate snow.
I love
Not my
snow.
cat, but
I hate
Uh,
snow too, but I like
I hate
freedom,
the
so
cold.
here I am.
I hate the cold. The only
I
reason
love
that
the cold.
the only reason I came to Colorado is because it had a better economy a decade ago than Montana. I didn't want to work at a bar or a bank, so I came to Colorado. Now I can work remotely. I could go back to Montana, but Texas doesn't have a sales income tax. State income tax.
That's right. No state income tax.
Montana
That's
has 6%. Colorado has 4%. So I don't really feel like going to a state that.
Great
So-
property laws there too, Texas.
So
Just
Zillage
Your,
and
your
Clue
house
here
is your
both-
castle.
So
And
Zillage
Gal.
and Clue here are both putting a lie to the fact to the idea that black people don't like the cold.
Right.
By the
Yes.
way.
It's weird.
I loved it. I was born right before Christmas, and I love the cold. I love the snow.
Are
The more the
fucking hate
better.
it.
I just don't like driving a truck through it, but I like chilling in the house when it's snowing.
I was going to ask you about that. How is it driving across the country? I've never done it, but I can only imagine. I mean, especially driving through somewhere like Colorado, where there's a lot of high mountains, and I can't imagine driving a load
Commies.
down a freaking mountain.
It's kind of fun. The Rockies are better than the Appalachians.
Have you ever had to use
But
a runaway
if you're
truck?
going too fast, you're gonna die because those curves, you're gonna go down. So you
Have
gotta
you ever
be,
had to use a runaway?
no. Mm-mm. And that's a very expensive process to get you down to. So
Yep.
you're pretty much fired and never can work again afterward.
That's what I've heard too.
It's like $10,000, and that's the low end.
Did you hear about the like Hispanic guy that didn't use a runaway truck ramp and bulldozed over quite a few cars and caused a crash at the bottom of I-70 into Denver?
Oh,
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that was 3 to 5 years ago, and they like threw the book at him. And one of the things he said was he was scared to use the runaway ramp because of like the consequences of it. But he was also a new driver. It was a whole thing.
Them rookies. They shouldn't be giving. They shouldn't be sending rookies in that part of the country anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you need to be at least a year in before you go over there.
Wait, Clue, are you saying people are not intrinsically the same and there are differences of skill amongst people? What are you, not democratic?
That is correct. I think that's stupid. We're all the same. It's very stupid.
Sillage, you can swim? What?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
Apparently
that's
can.
terrible.
Hell,
You're worse than Shadoo. That's terrible.
Dude, you're letting down the side over here.
Gal, what the fuck?
So when I was in boot camp, you want to know what they called the people who had to do remedial swim training?
Black.
Pretty sure I
The
can
Black
guess.
Panther Party. So
Fucking,
I don't
that
care.
explains-
Love it.
That explains why Gal's the most racist on panel. Fucking hell.
You can swim.
He's the one who said it.
Yeah, Gal,
I
I
can
remember.
swim.
Gal, I remember.
Well,
when
I can
Sam-
swim too. So,
I remember.
and
when
I was
Sam
born in the winter.
I remember when Sam gave me the title of most racist person on this panel. I passed the crown to you.
I mean, I've been on a roll today. I might as well be the most perverted, now the most racist. Whatever.
Yes.
I mean, I got a short that says that you're a racist.
I think it was that short where I think it was that short where I was given the title of most racist person.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shadow, not me. Gotcha.
No. It's for Gal. The one I'm thinking of is for Gal.
Yeah,
You know,
I
when,
meant the
Kenza,
comments.
Kenza was on the panel, and he asked you what movie you're going to see, and you said, "I'm not racist." He says, "I know you are, but what movie you're going
Oh.
to see?" And he said, "I'm not racist." He's like, "Yes, I know.
Am I
What movie are you going to see?"
Who's on first?
Am I racist?
Yeah.
It's a question.
Who swam first?
That was good. If anybody out there listening has not watched Abbott and Costello's Who's on First Bit, you need to do it. It's peak fucking vaudevillian comedy. It's awesome. Very
I've
clever,
never
very
actually
fast
watched
paced.
it. I just know it.
It's very
I've
funny.
played baseball my entire life, so that's just part of the zeitgeist in that realm.
Yeah, because it's one of the most genius comedy routines ever developed.
There's a clip about our newscaster that got caught up in that, trying to explain the Netflix series You.
Yep.
That was pretty funny.
I've
I
seen
don't know
that.
if it was a bit, but it sounded like they were serious.
And it was with a woman, and she was so fucking confused.
Yep.
Yep.
You.
Wasn't our best shining moment for my gender.
Do you have any of those though?
Gina Carano has shining moments in modern times.
Okay, that's a valid point. I retract my sexism.
That's what I fucking thought.
Ooh.
So as long as we're getting all biggity on the channel here, I'm gonna put this in the private chat, Gal, if you want to bring it up so it doesn't skip or whatever. But here's a little video.
Oh, this. I've seen this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, give me a second. Share screen. Audio. Share.
I got something to follow that up with though.
All right. Go back. Good.
Race mixing.
Yes, I believe in it. Yes.
You believe in it?
Wait, what? No, I don't believe in race mixing.
You don't believe?
No, I don't believe it doesn't work. It lags. There is a bug.
Yeah, I don't believe in it either.
It's mal développé. Ça marche pas trop, ça bug.
Great.
Speak proper English.
I mean, I do apologize, folks, because they are speaking in French gibberish for about half of this, and it is a little bit hard to follow. But that's because French is a stupid fucking language. I don't blame them for being born to a retarded language.
Là, je lui parle en it's bug. En quoi?
En quoi?
Je sais même pas.
Ah ouais, j'ai pas compris non plus.
God, those are just sounds.
Hey! Subhanallah! No!
She's Korean, by the way. She's not white.
Face Korean. Korean for face.
That's pretty much the whole thing.
Very base Korean.
Another video at somewhere where it was like later. She comes back or something.
Yeah, I haven't
Not
followed
as
any of
irritating,
that.
though. 20 minutes later.
I just think it's a funny thing. And to follow that up with, so Bath and Body Works have decided a couple of days ago that they were going to apologize for the design on one of their candles, right? That, because they do these little images and shit on their candles. And what this design actually is like one of those like paper snowflakes, right? You cut them out and you unfold them and shit like that. But they got called out on it, and this is why.
Oh, dude, that's funny though.
Yeah, because the design somewhat resembles a clan hood.
But that's funny. Why would they get rid of
Somewhat.
that?
I mean, they look more alien than.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
You have to
That's what I
be
thought.
thinking about it. You
Yeah.
know.
It's still funny.
What's funny is it's called this. It's like a snowflake candle. It's
Yep.
like shit's just. Is life too fucking weird or what?
Life is not weird enough, arguably.
Yeah, you don't want
This is
that
like,
image around fire.
This is like going back to the Rodney King trial with Officer Coon. Like how weird is it that was his name?
Yep.
Clandle, yeah. It's the weirdest shit, man. Obviously whoever put this design together wasn't thinking anything of the kind, right? They're just like, oh my god, it vaguely resembles something. So I guess that's the topic is like all this shit about mistaken things, or that vaguely looks like this thing over there, or how do you dare you use that that image over there, is getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been out of hand.
Poor Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima was a hard working woman who adorned very delicious syrup.
Yep. Uncle Ben had to go too.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Uncle Ben's rice was good rice. It was instant. He
It's the
invented
best.
instant rice.
It didn't stick like the other ones. Yeah. Ugh.
Or that one meme about the where it's like native and it's like you want to get rid of the native but you want to keep the land. I like that
Oh,
one.
Land O'Lakes. Yeah. Land O'Lakes dairy products and butter and shit. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. She was hot too. Is what it is. I don't know.
Sexually attracted to dairy mascots. Good to know.
Hot Indian chick turning butter. Yeah, that's attractive.
I thought she was a Native American. I didn't realize she was Indian.
I'm sorry. I meant Injun.
Oh,
Indian.
okay. Gotcha. Understandable.
You know,
My apologies.
redskin. Feathers,
Yes.
not dots.
Yes. Okay. Sorry for my miscommunication.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and
as long
there's
as we're getting racist here.
There's a native tribesman that wants the name Washington Redskins back.
I want
Yeah,
there
there's
to be a,
Trying to get it back.
I want there to be a team called Caucasians or Male Monkeys. I'll take that.
That's just the Cowboys.
No,
Yeah.
Cowboys are something
The
different.
Dallas Caucasians.
I want the fucking the Dallas Caucasians or the fucking Montana Male Monkeys. Montana Male Monkeys. Make that a thing.
I just think if you can have like I don't have a problem with Washington Redskins. Like I've never had a problem with it. I don't know anybody personally who has ever had a problem with it. It was a bunch of fucking activists on the other side of the internet who had a problem with it, as far as I could tell. I never met any of those people. I don't know anyone who's ever met any of those people. It's a fucking ridiculous thing. But I mean, I think that we shouldn't be taking names like that down. If anything, we should be countering them with equally offensive names. Like say if Wyoming ever got a professional football team, we could call them the Shit Kickers, for example.
I don't think kids.
The logo could be somebody kicking a turd down the street or something, I guess.
Well, yes.
On the nose.
Wait, could we could we have them kicking Kamala Harris? Out of curiosity.
I mean,
She doesn't
guess if you
bounce.
wanted to make a political statement. I was just talking fucking football mascots, but all right.
Dude, that would be they would be the California back layers or heel kickers or something.
Backbreakers.
The camel toes.
Okay,
Andy, no.
hold up, just a second. Aaron Laura, my type is women.
No, Aaron, you're
Like,
right. You are 100% right.
Andy Pickle and Larry have
He
colluded
loves
to
redheads.
perpetuates this bullshit that I'm only into redheads. I like redheads. Redheads are not the only type of woman that I like. If she's
redheads are
breathing,
what you
if she's
prefer.
of age, if she is like willing, I'm good. It's I don't.
And she's not willing. She will be.
Aaron, he prefers redheads.
Wow. I would let the record show that was Clue and not me who said
I was
that.
just reading your thoughts.
I don't know. It sounded like Sam.
Aaron, Sam saw that video of that guy that was that dating professor that wrote all that stuff up. Sam watched it and then went the other way.
So
I'm
I
not
was
saying I
trying
don't
to-
like redheads. I do. I just, they're not the only kind of woman that I pursue.
Sorry, Gal, you were gonna say?
No, you're fine. I was
Green
trying to
heads.
say something earlier, but I was muted. The names aren't even offensive, Sam. Like you said, equally offensive names, and then the shit kickers comment. The names aren't offensive to who they're virtue signaling for. The white fucking
Redskins
liberals.
isn't offensive either.
But even the fucking Indians, they're now the Guardians. Like, suck a dick.
Guardians
Indians
of
is
what exactly, by
offensive?
the way?
Huh?
Like what exactly are they guarding would be my question. Like what they don't have anything left to guard. They fucking gave up what was left to the government after they lost the fucking war. They don't have shit. They're not guarding anything. They're not even guarding their own culture.
Well, and these
And what are they
names that-
commanding?
but that's the thing. Like, all of these names are white affiliated names replacing minority names.
Yeah,
I've never heard it put
it's
that
more-
way, but you're dead on.
More racist
They're,
than
they're
Redskins.
whitewashing Native American mascots.
And like
Yeah.
the Land of
Worse.
Lakes thing, like we took their land again.
yeah,
We removed them from their land.
yeah. It's horseshoe
Oh,
theory.
that's funny.
It's horseshoe theory. They've gone so extreme in their anti-racism ideology that they are being more racist than the people who actively try to be racists. And I'm all for it.
And like, thank God for the Chiefs and the Braves that have both basically said we're not changing our names. Go fuck yourselves.
I mean, to be
Nice.
fair, calling yourself the Chiefs or the Braves is probably more in line with the noble savage kind of archetype than say calling a team like the Kansas City Squaws, for example.
The white liberals have been going after them for the last quite a few years.
No,
to
I
get
know,
them to
I know.
change their names.
Right.
Because we can't have any reference at all whatsoever. Because it's culturally appropriating things, Sam. God.
That's Featherhead. Does that one sound okay?
Featherhead. Yeah, I like that.
I like the
San
how
Francisco Featherheads.
We should have the how-hows and the boop-boops.
Could we do the Sacramento
Should be a
Scalpers?
rivalry.
Topeka TPs.
The Sacramento Scalpers. Could that be a team?
Scalpers.
I mean, if you want
It'd
to
be a guy handing you a
California,
fake
I
ticket.
guess.
The logo will be a guy handing you a fake ticket from his trench coat.
I hate you.
No, that's actually pretty clever, man.
Better than the Featherheads. I mean, you're gonna get some liberal is gonna come along and say that you're offending truism. Yeah,
Oh,
Featherheads,
you know
you're
what?
truism.
You know what would be great? Here's the logo for the what did you say, Sacramento Scalpers? This is what you do, right? You get Elizabeth Warren in a trench coat, right? And she opens the trench coat and she's got a bunch of feathers instead of stolen watches.
No. Terror.
Stolen feathers.
Fear.
The stolen dollar is the stolen feathers.
Yeah.
The Seattle stolen feathers.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be peak fucking entertainment. You know what always got me
think about that, gal. That the new names are actually worse than the original names. They're actually literally racist.
The Washington Commanders. And then I read that there was a Indian group, a Native American group that went back to the Commanders, to their ownership, and said, "Please change the name back to the Indians."
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
They said,
tribesmen.
they said we never authorized that attack on you.
So Andy, I do remember that. That wasn't that long ago. And that kid, when they were screaming at him, it wasn't so much about blackface as it was cultural appropriation, because it was war paint was what they were getting at. But and then they found out that the kid is Indian, and so's his dad.
Bruh, bro. That I'm hoping they used Alex Jones's case as
And even if he wasn't Indian, he was a 7-year-old kid, and they had no fucking business going after him.
You know that they sued that journal, the fucking paper or whatever it was, whichever
Good.
one reported on.
Yeah.
good. I'm
The family
hoping
sued them. Yeah.
I'm hoping they drew upon the Alex Jones case, and we're like, hey, for you've established the precedent that you can charge billions for misinformation. This was misinformation. Pay the fuck up right now.
So the lawsuit was before Alex Jones's
Oh, it was?
judgment. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Now I'm sad. Now I feel
Are you
like
talking about the Indian chief and the kid and the Hebrew Israelites? That story?
no,
Or
not the
something else?
marketing. No, this was the kid who was like at a game and he had the war paint on. And
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
His
the
face was
headdress.
done up in red and white, and he had the jersey on and a big old
Well, it
headdress
was-
on there. Like,
it was clearly a kid supporting his favorite football team or his family's favorite football team. Like, liberals just can't have fun.
yeah.
Well, we knew that.
Well, it's not
See,
that they
I
can't have
support-
fun. That would
I
be
support the
fine.
Blacks.
They don't
Is that
want.
they don't
oh,
want
Jesus.
everybody else to have fun.
Yeah, that's exactly it. She supports black pussy.
Yeah, I always knew it.
Aw.
This is Snow.
Hairy black.
What?
What a name.
What?
We got him off the streets. He's a bastard from the north.
Oh, gotcha.
And
That-
also, it's just ironic to call black cat snow.
that checks out.
Or that's not irony. Whatever.
Or sand or salt.
Does he
Or like my old
How did
elementary
you get the
school.
bad luck out of the cat?
There is no bad luck. They just get a bad rap.
Does he
You're a boy.
Does he have a white husky as a friend?
Does he smoke menthols?
No, Swisher Sweets.
Aww.
Yeah. Back in high school, Swisher Sweets.
He's a goofy wine.
Black and milds, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His tail's pretty long. Yeah, he's definitely black.
I sometimes give him some Henny.
Might as well throw in the grape drink and watermelon at this point.
Kool-Aid. Like
Doesn't it fried
Kool-Aid.
chicken?
Like chitlins.
It's got to have some of them collard greens.
Why did this
Made in a bathtub.
Why did this scream just become racism? Like I'm not against it. I'm just curious.
I'm blaming
Of
you.
course you're not
I'm blaming
against
you,
it.
Shadow.
We know you're not against it.
Hey, Gal, you want to make him really happy? Go get a white female cat.
That's valid. What is
Yeah.
it? Snow bunny? No. Yeah.
Yes, Snow Bunny.
Yes, Snow Bunny.
Snow Bunny. So
Oh,
get him
wait,
a,
Like,
get him a
I can
white
tell you what
rabbit.
that cat's thinking right now. It's either Snow Bunny or you.
Yeah, just get him.
Just don't let him call. Just don't let him call the other cat chicken head.
I don't get the reference, and I'm scared.
You upset
It's
him.
fine. It's fine. You
You
don't have to get the reference.
I'm
Clue
scared.
knows what I'm talking about.
Shadow, if you were doing the job Amira gave you, you would understand what that means. You'd also be in court facing child support payments.
Oh, probably. Unironically, that'd probably be what happened because college students.
So technically, I also have a white cat, but he's mixed. He's a tabby.
So
Oh,
your cat is
a mutt,
black and gay.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Is your cat trans?
Is its name Don Lemon?
No.
Don Lemonhead.
I want
It's not Don Lemon Loss either.
Am I allowed to say mulatto on stream?
No.
You just did, so and it's Sam's channel. He doesn't fucking care.
Well, I'm checking. I don't know what words would get the channel nuked.
It's
by
Sam's
Twitter.
channel.
Hmm.
He has stated multiple times he doesn't care. Now
Okay.
I'm speaking for him.
There is somebody else on the panel who actually does take issue with that particular word, though.
Oh.
I will say that.
I did
Who?
not know that.
Who?
I'm assuming Sam.
No, it's not me. Not me. So, but mixed is probably better for the purposes anyway.
Understood. We'll refrain from saying it again.
No, because it's I don't know. Mixed can be applied to a lot of different things. You know,
Gal's mixed.
Like a mixed drink.
like I'm mixed, for example.
Oh.
I'm a with slight red.
Well, that's the thing. That's a great thing about America, right? There ain't nobody who's pure anything here. Not
That's
anymore.
right. Everybody's a mixture of everything else.
Everyone are a bunch of adulterated bastards.
Mestizo is a very specific kind of mix, though. It's a mix between the natives of Central America and the Spaniards. That's how you get the brown Mexicans.
Yep. Though those could have, depending on where they were in the New Spain Empire, could have classified as white if they were rich enough.
What do you mean? They still are. They're the second of three classes in Mexico. You got the whites who are almost pure Spanish. Then you've got the mestizos who are second class citizens, and then you've got the natives who are way down at the bottom of the fucking rung.
Yeah. Well, so back when like the Habsburgs were still running things, it was very nebulous. So you could basically bribe yourself into being like whatever category you wanted. Aside from Peninsulare, you had to actually like have the immigration records showing that you were born in Spain to prove that you were Peninsulare. But Creole, Mestizo, whatever, you could like basically pay to upgrade your rank in society. Then the Bourbons came in, centralized things, and you couldn't really do that anymore. They would check your like birth records and stuff. Well, they would check like your parents and stuff like that. for determining that, as opposed to just taking your word.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Excuse me for just a second. I got a cough.
Moral of the story: brother fucking stopped racism, I guess.
Well, the only way to really do that, and Morgan Freeman was right about it, is to stop talking about it. Stop bringing it up.
That's right. Stop talking about it. It goes away. I got 3 videos on
You're
there.
laughing, Shadow, but I'm dead serious. It's if you stop talking about it, you stop making an issue out of it. I stop referring to you as Shadow, that white bastard. You stop referring to me as that mixed mutt. We just start referring to each other as, you know, the people that we know each other to be. Treat everybody as an individual, and it goes away. It goes away in record fucking time if everybody gets on board with that shit.
It almost went away. Right
It did.
before
We were
Obama.
almost there.
I was just gonna say.
Right before Obama,
Obama.
there was practically no racism, and like
Obama.
the 90s to 07.
Thanks, Obama.
And then your boy brought it all back and put
Well, he did
steroids
that.
in.
Yeah, he did that for a purpose. It was all political, and he never would have been able to be elected on merit alone. He leveraged the racism shit to get him elected. You know, that's he wouldn't have been able to do it on his merit alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, which I mean, that's unfortunate because if he had done it on merit alone, he might have been a better person and a better president.
I know he would.
So, speaking of mixed people, people keep saying, "Oh, he was the first black president." I was like, well, you know, half.
Right.
Didn't you run as a white guy the first time?
Well, actually, 0. And this is what pisses a lot of blacks off. Black and white are both American divisions of whatever race. Kenyan is Kenyan. It's African. So that's really 0% black. 0.
This actually brings up something that I've been mulling around my head for a couple of weeks now. Anyway, so when we talk about blacks and whites in America, we don't talk about just like, oh, that person's white, that person's, you know, black. Like obviously, you know, African American black euphemisms for whatever, but it's applied across the board to every fucking black person within the borders and around the world as far as Americans are concerned. Because, you know,
Yep.
we just don't give a shit what other people call us. But whenever it comes to it's not like it, you know, it's African American. Africa is a continent, it's not a country, right? There are lots of different ethnicities within Africa. In fact, more than most places in the world. It's very varied, you know. Whereas when you talk about say an Irish American or a German American or a Polish American, they're all fucking white. Right, but you don't talk about them in relation to their white so much as you talk about them in relation to their ancestry and ethnicity specifically. And I understand that during the slave trade there was a kind of a disconnect between the people who ended up being here and descended from those people and the people back home. So a lot of people don't really know, you know, where to trace their lineage to, like which I guess specific ethnicity or tribal affiliation that they would have. So I get that, but I mean, it's not impossible now. Like, we get the DNA tests up the fucking ass and all that stuff. So I'm curious as to why more American blacks don't try to find that stuff out and then, you know, talk about, you know, specific ethnicities rather than skin color.
Because all those tests are being taken up by the white people who want to prove, no, I'm not racist, I had a black ancestor.
That's a good answer, but I was asking the black guys.
I can't my answer, and I will go flagellate myself.
What I missed? This just came.
In his defense, that was not made clear because I didn't.
That's true. It was the opportunity for a fucking joke, though. So.
Thank you for defending Miguel. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What did I?
What did you miss?
Well, the hustle is black versus white. So
yes.
They really don't care about the lineage and what country. The hustle is black versus white. That's what's making everybody money. That's what's getting everybody viral videos. That's what they want, black versus white. I'm a victim because I'm black and you are the bad white man. That's what it is.
So I get that, but I'm like, and I understand that in terms of like, you know, like Jesse Jackson's of the world who are, race hustlers. They make money off of the division, that kind of thing. I don't think they actually
Created
give
the
a
term
shit about it.
African American, by the way.
Zillage and I want to know, what did I miss? I've said it.
It's a long story.
You miss good old fashioned racism.
I went on a rant for a while. I'm not repeating the whole thing. Essentially, I just want to know why American blacks don't talk about their specific ethnicities rather than just overall applying black to everybody. Individuals I'm talking about. I'm not talking about race hustlers. I'm talking about just your average, black American citizen. Why don't they, because some of them are probably Xhosa, some of them are probably Igbo. I don't know all of the tribe names, but
some of us are elbow, some of us are kneecap. Who cares?
Well, the indoctrination in school was everybody came from Africa.
White Americans.
That's what they were told in school.
Everybody came from Africa. Africa's a continent, so it's very plausible that everybody originally came from Africa. It's a damn continent.
No, a lot of people were here. A lot of people were here already.
Here too. I'm saying it's plausible. I'm not saying that is true, but I'm saying there were people here. There were people in other places too. So
if you're told that, you're not going to want to look any deeper because you got an answer to the questions that you have in your head, right? So why would you go further?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not so much interested in the, I get why people would want to perpetuate certain types of talking points. I get all that, but on an individual level, why don't more American black people want to know who they are and where they came from?
Probably because a lot of us don't know. I mean, they were cut off from a lot of our lineage coming over here.
Right, but there are ways now to at least kind of ballpark it with DNA tests and that kind of thing. And
123andMe or whatever it's called, all it puts sub-Saharan black. That's what they say. That's what they put on there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, it also
they got access to your DNA.
Yep,
that's a problem.
It could also be a level of lack of education on just how varied Africa is, because I'll know people who are I'll encounter people who are completely surprised about, say, the fact that the Khoishans exist, who are a light-skinned sub-African population that were down in South Africa, and that tribes descended from the Bantu, the primary population you think of when you think of Africa, nearly genocided them. So, and then when you actually break it down, Africa is a very fucking big place with an incredibly diverse region, yet most people don't really think of it that way because no one ever really thinks about Africa beyond slave trade. So it could be there is an interest there. It's just there's not the understanding that there's more than just black to Africa. There's Nupe, there's Bozo, there's Zulu, there's Ghanaian, there's however you want to describe Malian. And most Americans in general don't realize that. So I wouldn't be surprised if most black Americans don't in that context. Fuck, that was unintentionally racist.
Unintentionally, sure.
No, it was unintentionally racist. When I actually attempt to be racist, I make sure to be incredibly racist as opposed to only slightly racist.
Racism good. Yeah. So continue it.
Hey, JV. Good to see you, man. So yeah, it was just something that was curious to me because I would want to know, but I also grew up with a mom who was very, very interested in genealogy, right?
Oh,
and yeah, but she had it wasn't just because she was Mormon. She was actually very interested in the science of genealogy.
Yeah.
So she spent a lot of her free time combing through records and that sort of thing, trying to figure out, the family tree sort of thing. And I understand that there might be points where there are breaks in it. Obviously, that's potentially possible for anybody, really. You came over, say, Polish dude comes over to Ellis Island back in 18 whatever, and his name's unpronounceable, so he changes it, and then the records for his original name get lost. It becomes very difficult to trace back to his ancestors in Poland. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. I just always wondered why, and have recently been wondering why more individual blacks. I get that not everybody's going to be into that kind of thing, but more of them aren't. to trace it back at least as far as they could anyway, to find out, who their ancestors actually were, who, what they did, who they married, how many cousins they might have. You never know. You might run into some long lost relatives you never knew you had, kind of thing. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. And I find the idea of genealogy more fascinating than the actual practice of it personally, but yeah, it's just something that was rolling around in my head, and I figured while I had you guys here, I would ask because, I think Larry, you know a fair amount of your family history, though, don't you?
A fair amount.
Yeah, probably more than I know of mine. I mean, it didn't all rub off on me from my mom. She knows way more about this shit than I do. But
I only know you because my grandmother informed us of a lot of things before her passing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, but and I recognize that this doesn't apply to every black family across the board. Some of them probably did keep better records. Some of them probably did pass the information down. That kind of thing. But what's interesting to me is like if you go to a lot of places in Africa, it's a lot of it's to say is like we're here, we've always been here, but they don't think too much further than that there either. And I don't know. I don't get it. Like Shadow was saying, like back in the Middle Ages, for example, if you wanted to participate in a tournament of any kind, you had to provide what are called patents of nobility, which traces your family line back to the most prominent noble and all that stuff. And it's got to be verified and all this shit. Like people
There was a movie based off of that, A Knight's Tale.
It was in A Knight's Tale, but that was a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It illustrated it at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the patents of nobility were a real thing, and the having to prove your lineage in order to have access to certain things was a real thing, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it. But people knew who their ancestors were, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of interest to me. So coming up here shortly, let me look at the thing. Where did you put that in there? What time is it now?
Well,
close enough. You're gonna abandon it anyway. So
I'm taking a leaf out of Shadow's book. Been abandoning you for another stream, so I'm sorry.
Totally understandable.
We're almost at the 2-hour mark anyway, so Gal, I'll be in touch. I've got some information for you.
Huh?
I said I will be in touch. I have some information for you.
Oh, okay.
Nothing bad. Just information I can pass to you.
Okay.
Gal, is this true?
Other people knocked it over, and you freaking know it.
What?
God, people knocked into me at his bar when I had my drink. And so I
this is what happened in
responsibly
Vegas.
asked for a towel so I could clean it up so he didn't have to, but he keeps saying that it's me that spilled it. Other people. Rude.
Yeah. So Gal's gonna abandon us now. But
Blame Dermy.
It'll be fine. She'll be back. She skipped last week too.
Wait, what? No, I scored last week.
It's just her thing.
Okay, I'm sorry for laughing, but that voice was just
No, you weren't here last week, actually. I had to replace you with another pussy loving alien.
Alf was here. Oh, I was in chat. Why wasn't I there last week? What was last week? I don't know. That was a week ago. It's in the past, and my brain doesn't work.
You sound like Kamala Harris. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those illegals and other men died. Anyway, let's go back to something else.
I feel that was an unwarranted attack. I didn't do shit to you, and now you're comparing me to a freaking.
That is harsh, Larry. That was harsh.
I'm not comparing her.
No,
I'm not
you
comparing
a direct
her.
comparison.
I'm not comparing her. I'm saying that what she said was similar to what Harris said.
It does read a little bit like, I mean, I think it's a little harsh too, but it does read a little bit like, like, hey, why weren't you here last week? But Donald Trump has been president for 4
and he was not here for 4 years.
Do
let's
you
talk about
want
that.
4 more years? Yes.
Oh,
why
I
you
know
don't want
why. Because I had my windows and doors replaced this week, and I was moving shit around, and
Okay, valid reason, understandable.
I had to take
Does,
blinds
does
down.
moving shit around not make the internet work?
Huh?
Were you at least
No,
wearing
I
gloves?
needed to clean up the house, so I had to in front of all the windows and doors that are getting replaced, you have to take the blinds down, and I just didn't have time prior to that, so I took last weekend.
Wait,
But
so
the
you were-
internet still works.
So you were
doesn't it?
smearing poop on the windows and stuff?
I didn't say that.
No, I said she said she was moving shit around. So was you smearing that stuff on it?
We're terrible.
No, I actually grew up in a low-class family.
Mm.
I'm a poor.
Oh wow, Jack.
I wasn't poor.
That's dirty.
She's unburdened by what has been.
She had her back door. Hey, Jack.
So, Gal, where can people find you? I suppose aside from here.
Dermy
Not
Mermaid
for me.
channel. Technically, Adam the Renaissance Nerd is streaming it, I believe, as well as Shock. Quite a few people are streaming it, but we're gonna go suss out some imposters on Among Us.
When?
In 13 minutes.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
I was supposed to contact you about possible entry into that game, and I forgot.
I see. That's interesting because Dermy liked to not tell me who he invited so I could add it to the chart that he asked me to create that he always loses the link for. What's the point of me organizing for him if he's not going to stay?
Well, in his defense, it wasn't Dermy that I spoke to, but please feel free to blame him anyway.
Oh, I will.
Do you need a reason to blame Dermy?
No.
I don't think you do.
Absolutely.
Nobody does.
By default, it's his
The
fault.
amount of times that he's going to get kicked tonight just because he is who he is.
Kicked as in a physical assault, or kicked as in removed from the party?
Being
Removed from the
voted
party.
out
If you
of the
actually
party
kicked him,
as
you'd
an
lose your
imposter.
foot.
Ah, okay. Fuck. Sorry, it's
And
been
that
forever.
is
It's
the
been
point.
forever since I played Among Us, so I don't remember the terms. My apologies.
Okay, kid, I love you. Stop apologizing for innocuous things that don't need apologies.
Yeah.
You're
He
driving.
apologizes for apologizing for innocuous things that don't need apologies.
Inoculate yourself against apologies like Kamala Harris.
I could stand to hear a little more.
Sam is right. Evidently,
fuck up,
I am
Sam.
commie-minded. I am talking way too much like a damn Canadian.
I'm sorry.
Though to be fair, he implied.
Don't be sorry. Be quiet. Sorry.
He implied Maoism,
Sorry.
not Castroism.
Shadow, be very careful with what you say. It's a good thing that I don't have my speakers on because there is a 6'4", 315-pound Canadian sitting behind me who would have grabbed me and choked the life out of me because of what you just said.
Oh, you mean like the time that Sam said something that got your wife mad?
Yeah.
6'4".
Oh yeah, he's like a bear, and he used to be a bouncer too. So
Why not both,
somebody you want
Shadow?
to be angry at you.
Wait, what do you mean? Why not both?
Je ne sais. Ask Jack.
Le omelette de fromage. That's the le
What'd you
omelette de
just say?
fromage.
This isn't French, dumbass.
That's the.
He
Oh,
said
wait,
something
what?
about an omelet.
Oh, that's
¿Por qué no
Spanish.
los dos?
That's Spanish. No hablo español.
Oh god, this guy is losing.
But anyway, otherwise, just go to my channel every Wednesday. I do Cook in the Books, where I take the book list collecting dust in the corner and read it to you, so you don't have to.
I thought that show was about teaching people how to embezzle money.
Yeah, we
And
all
then
did it
Cook in the books. Yep.
It's your own fault.
But she knows how to do it though.
And if you'd listen to how I talk about it, you would understand what it is. It's not my
That's the ru-
problem. You can't read.
That's the Rumble channel, Larry. That's the Rumble channel.
It's a very good stream.
Thank you, Shadow.
It is a good stream. It really is.
Can I have my
Have you done George Orwell yet?
That was the first
Yeah,
book
she
I
started
read,
with that.
Animal Farm.
I mean the 1984.
Oh, I have not done that yet, no.
1984 is a pretty good book.
Currently, I am reading Journey to the West.
Just stay away from those Stephen King novels. You don't want to gross yourself out.
No, I'm
That's
not
just
doing
gotta-
that. Sam.
She's got to keep it all. in
How do
public
you
domain
read
anyway.
Stephen King? Like, how do you? That's tough. How do you read it out loud?
I couldn't read it silently. I tried. I was like, no, I can't read his stuff.
The Stand. I mean, they had to read the first chapter like 3 or 4 times to see what was going on at that gas station.
Yeah, that sounds an awful lot like fucking Oscar Wilde. Actually, Picture of Dorian Gray is the most boring fucking narcissistic gay shit I've ever read in my life. I've never gotten past 3 chapters in.
Well,
On that note, I really do gotta go, guys.
bye.
Yep.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, now that bitch is gone.
Now that the only person who's not mean to me is gone, what's going to happen now?
You're gonna triple team you.
Oh,
Just think of
fucking
the
hell
blood
no.
as
That's not happening.
lubrication, boy.
No. I refuse.
No, I'm just fucking with you. We probably won't go on too much longer. I was just kind of meandering with topics at this point too, because most of what I had we've covered actually today. So
Wow.
pretty happy about that. That almost never happens.
That's base.
So it's efficient. I don't know how based it is. You know, basted maybe like a turkey.
I hate you. I really do not like you right now. Why would you?
I'm
Why?
afraid now. Gal's gone. We just lost our moral compass. Our moral compass.
What part of she's the biggest pervert on the panel did you miss?
All of that. He missed all of it. That's what he
But
missed.
she was the only woman on the panel, so technically she was our DEI hire. So
So the both of us aren't DEI hires.
he was.
I mean,
he was our get out of
Swear.
YouTube jail card.
Shadow is the whitest person here, so he's probably he's who we hold up to the courts to prove that we're not totally racist.
Hey, Shadow, do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Racist,
Since-
most sexist, and most authoritarian. I'm the guy that you show to prove that you guys are a white ring stream, right wing stream.
Well, do me a favor. Put a wig on your head and then change your name to Aaron.
No.
That way we can get our DEI points back.
No,
He's
I'm not.
he's our
trans.
token
I'm not
Negro.
doing that. No, my entire brand is being incredibly draconian and authoritarian. I'm not doing trans shit. That's the opposite
Well.
of draconian authoritarianism.
Jack Starland's got that covered already, buddy. He can get you for plagiarism.
I refuse, Aaron.
Nobody refuses Aaron. Do as you're told.
I'm refusing her. I'm telling her no. No means no.
Then you're a
According to my
misogynist.
college, no means no.
You're a misogynist.
That only applies to women.
Yeah, that only applies to women.
Shit.
You can't do that either. This is a family show.
Is it?
You
Is
really
it really?
hammered.
Larry keeps saying this is a family show, chat. I put it to you that he is mistaken.
Well,
I mean, if it is a
it's
family
fucked
show,
up family show.
if
It's
it
a,
is
it's
Shadow.
a dysfunctional family show.
Shadow, take a look at that photo. It really is your loss, buddy. It's why you're still single.
what, the wig? No, I'm not putting a damn wig on. Screw
Are you saying
It's not
you're
a
saying
wig.
Aaron
It's
got a
an
wig
Aaron
on?
Laura wig. It's different.
You're saying Aaron is wearing a wig.
It's
a
like
hair
calling a
replacement
Lamborghini a
system.
car.
I hate all
Come
of you.
on.
I don't like any of you right now. You all make me. No, I don't like this.
Well, you're straight, aren't you? So I would expect you
Yes,
not
I am.
to like
Yes,
any of
I'm very straight.
Then why would you like any of us? How would none of
Good
us
fucking
figure like-
point.
Oh, he's beyond rated R. Zillage.
Bro, the fact that this show is not X-rated is solely because half the people here have their freaking PFPs on.
I mean, I might be wearing a PFP, but I'm not wearing any pants. Does that help?
Exactly my point. This is like Team America. The only reason that film was not classified as pornographic was because it was puppets.
Yeah. What was that called? That was
Team America.
no. Oh, yeah, that one too. I was thinking of the one with the Muppets with the thick lady from
Piggy?
I don't know, King of Queens or whatever she was on before.
The
What
thick
was that?
lady.
I don't know.
She fancies herself a comedian. She's really rotund.
Oh, Amy Schumer.
Not that
That's
not that
she
one.
ain't black.
Was she? I'm not talking about a
Melissa
black
McCarthy?
lady. This chick's white. Melissa McCarthy. That's it. Yeah.
I
So
fucking
she was
hate
in a
her.
movie
I thought you
called.
said
I
black.
fucking hate her. I do not like her. I do not like her
I
as an
know.
actress. I do not like her
I
as a
think we all
person.
know. I believe that
Good
we all
grief,
know that you
Shadow.
hate
It's almost like
Melissa
it's personal
McCarthy.
to you. What did she ever do to you?
But Melissa
She
McCarthy
wasted
is
a
not
good
the point
2.5
of my.
hours of my life and having to listen to a bunch of damn lemmings laugh at some of the worst jokes I've ever seen. I do
Okay,
not
first
like
of all, that money's funnier than you get. That movie's funnier than you give it credit
The
for.
Heat?
Second, her name is not what I was bringing up. It was this movie that she happened to be in that involved Muppets that were like jizzing all over each other.
Oh God, what?
I'm trying to remember what it was
Muppets?
called. It was like a murder
I don't
mystery. It
want
was
you
called
to
Happy
say-
Time. Happy Time Murders. That's it. Happy Time
Oh,
Murders.
God. Now people are gonna look it up.
I watched
I'm
it. It's
not.
funny as fuck.
That's the kind. Sam, what the fuck is? No, I don't want to actually.
One
know
of
what the fuck is wrong with
there's this whole like porn setup where they're filming
No.
porn, but like with Muppets, and one of them's a cow, and they just
No.
like another one is an octopus. It's great.
Sam,
It's fucking
no.
hilarious.
Nam, this is not Sam, this is not Pokemon. Stop.
They like snort pixie sticks because they're
Oh,
Muppets, but it's like
Pokemon.
cocaine to them.
Sam,
It's
this
really
is not
fucking
Pokemon.
funny.
Stop.
You know what movie I
Pokemon.
didn't think was good, but it's actually
Pokemon.
good? Sausage Party. That was actually good. It's like some thought was put into that.
It was all right. Yeah, it
Wasn't
was okay.
wasn't I'm trying to remember. Was that one of the movies that like parents took their kids to, thinking it was going to be kid friendly, and then
Yep.
it wasn't?
Yep. I mean, I don't know how they thought it was going to be kids friendly. They make
Sausage
dick
Party.
jokes on the posters.
Because it was animated. That's why, Sam.
But there are dick jokes on it. This is why people don't read signs. They need
No.
to read signs, read posters, because they tell you what you need to know. Like, for example, Sausage Party was about P and V. And it's very explicit on the poster. And if they just saw, oh, look, cute animated faces, then that's on them for bringing
Yes.
their kids into that shit.
Yes, again, we through the democratization of our society, we have resulted in a net loss of average intelligence.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? What's really funny is not when they take them to something they think is going to be, family friendly that turns out not to be, like Sausage Party, for example. But when they take them to what they think is going to be one movie, but there's a mix up with the tickets, and they end up in another movie. So when Predator versus Aliens Requiem came out, right? It came out on Christmas Eve, and I forget it, or Christmas Day of I'm trying to remember which year. I think it was like 2009, but I could be wrong about
Beautiful.
that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it came out the same day as the Golden Compass.
Oh,
that's gonna be
Half of my
that would've been a
theater
clusterfuck.
was filled with little kids and grandmas who came to see the Golden Compass. And in the first 10 minutes of that movie, the AVP movie, a fucking 8-year-old kid gets chest bursted
Oh, that's
on camera.
Oh.
It's graphic as fuck. And then
Those
later
poor
on, the Pred Alien like mouth rapes a bunch of pregnant chicks, and there's all
Oh,
kinds of
yes.
nasty shit
Yeah, I
burst out of
saw
their
that.
bellies.
And the
I mean,
sound.
it's a fucked up film.
Yeah, it's a jacked up sound. Oh man, that hospital scene was crazy.
Hold on. So question
There were-
question about the Alien movies. Because of the face huggers and the consistent use of face huggers impregnating people, wouldn't most of the Alien movies count as some form of pornography?
No, they're rape
No.
films.
They're not people.
Hmm.
Only people can commit.
Hold on, Clue.
Well,
Clue,
porn.
that argument at one point was used against certain people on this panel. Would you really like to use it?
What?
The fact that they're not people.
Yeah, they're not people.
Okay, Clue, sticking with that argument. Let the record show we can use that argument now.
I don't have any idea what you're on about.
I don't
racist.
either. I don't.
I'm being racist. Have we not established that is like my one contribution to
Yeah,
this?
but if nobody knows what
it
you're
didn't
talking
land
about,
with
you're
me. I
doing
mean,
it badly.
I would have laughed if I knew what it was.
For real.
Certain
You might
policies
be
were
being
enacted
racist,
in-
but if we can't figure out that you're being racist because your words aren't clear,
Clue, the black man is articulating that they're not people.
What do you mean you're not people?
Do I need to fucking spell this out?
Yes.
no, that was a joke. That
He's
last
talking
one
about
was
the 3/5 compromise. I think.
Effectively, yes. The fact that certain important things were done on the idea that, hey, black people weren't people because they weren't white, and then a black dude is making the same argument. I thought that was funny in an ironic sense. But evidently it went over people's heads.
I would to cap off what I was saying before you got into this whole like I'm gonna be racist at Clue real hard, but he's not gonna even notice thing.
That's ironically what happened.
So with when I was in that theater, like a lot of people obviously got their kids up and they fucking bolted out of there, and rightfully so. And it wasn't so much that they mixed up tickets; they mixed up which theater was going to be. Anyway, long story short, there were 3 little old ladies in front of me, right in front of me, the very row in front of me, who were obviously there to see the Golden Compass. And to their credit, they watched the entire fucking movie.
They got something better,
I guess.
Don't diss the Golden Compass. It was a good movie, not a great.
I'm not saying. Look, I didn't say anything about the Golden Compass. I'm saying
talking
these old
Clue.
bitches stuck around for AVP Requiem.
I was talking about Clue. He said they got a better movie, and I was disputing that.
Yeah. I mean, there's an argument there because there are issues with AVP Requiem, like the fact that it's too goddamn dark and you can't see any damn thing, that it focuses too much on the fucking teenage love aspect and not enough on the fucking killing. Although there's lots and lots of the killing, but they like insert like a whole other fucking B plot that doesn't need to exist in there.
It's kind of like the Summer of Sam, that Spike Lee movie, where it was more about John Leguizamo's character cheating on his wife and doing all the stuff that he was doing than it was the actual killer. It was like the killer was just a reason to have the name Summer of Sam on it.
It was a B story.
Yeah, like it was a C story. Really?
PR do that. That's like clickbait. Movie version of clickbait.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sam.
Uh-oh. He's borging out.
Come on,
I
Sam.
agree, Jack, but I do understand why it did not get a sequel, having learned a few things about like the book it was adapting. The
one thing it had.
The shitternet is back.
Yep, in full swing, in full force. At least it's at the end of the stream, not the beginning of the stream.
It's saying, "Hey, Sam, did you miss me?
Did you think I was gonna let you do a whole stream without me?"
Yeah.
It was very sad that Sam rudely did not include it in the stream. Poor shitternet.
Well,
I think he's out.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely out. By now, if he hasn't said anything, he's completely out.
We have lost our. Sam.
There he
We
is.
got 2 Sam.
Oh,
there he is.
F in the chat.
It happens. It happens. I assume you guys can hear me now.
Yeah,
unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Sam's great. I like Sam.
So, yeah, for some reason there are 2 of me. Actually, I want to try an experiment real quick just because I can. Can you hear me in stereo now or just the one?
Just the one.
Just the one. The other one.
Well, that's fucking boring, but okay. I was going to be everywhere.
You trying to add some length on? Trust me, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
what is this?
Girthy, a girthy voice. It doesn't have to be that long if it's built like a fucking soup can, man.
Poor Sam.
I don't think Shadu knows what you're talking about.
I don't. I'm trying to tune out a lot of this conversation.
No.
It dropped again, didn't it? Fuck.
No, he's still here.
Oh, okay. I was just like, fuck, I couldn't hear anybody. Okay, we're back. It looks like it's good to go. We should probably but you what?
I said yo, that we're back. I'm happy that we're back.
Oh, okay.
I like you guys.
I thought you were just making little weird shadow noises over there. It was strange.
No, I don't have a stutter.
I didn't say stutter, said shadow noises.
That's the same difference.
Moaning. I was getting at moaning.
The translator here.
No, fuck no. No. Bad Sam. Very bad Sam.
I didn't think that it was that subtle, kid.
Very bad Sam. If I was a mirror, I'd be saying go to the naughty corner.
She's coming on in 2 hours, by the way.
Oh, that's nice.
I got the notification. You're gonna have to be there and explain why you still haven't done your job. the job that she ordered you to do. I'm gonna make sure she knows that you haven't done
You
it.
and Suka both, unironically.
Me and Suka.
His job.
Yeah, no, Suka gets on me about that.
He's supposed to be fruitful and multiply with a female.
A particular
Preferably
one
of
or
the
just
Aryan
anyone?
persuasion.
Yeah, she wants that blonde hair A10 eyes for some reason.
So have you done it yet?
I don't know. Larry's giving me shit about it. What do you think?
I haven't given you anything. I don't have to use the restroom.
Bull fucking shit. You're giving me shit about it.
I don't have any bulls around.
All stream, you've been giving me shit about it.
It's been fun though, right?
A little bit. Tasteful. It's been tasteful.
Look, this is what happens when you're off the internet for a lengthy period of time, man. We got to make up for it.
Oh, totally understandable.
Yeah,
I just
I
don't
don't
like
even
it.
think I have any fun little things to show that are making fun of you right now. That's unfortunate.
Good. Wunderbar. Wunderbar.
The cactus meme is gone.
Oh, wait. There's this one.
$20 is still $20, big boy.
I didn't know that about you, Shadu. I did not know that about you.
I'm on mobile, so it didn't come up. Describe it for me, please, or don't describe it for me. Whichever you.
So, you remember the $20 is $20 meme?
Fuck you! I hate you.
It gets better because Kohai took that and she redid it with Larry's voice as the audio.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I do not like that. I do not like that. I do not like that. I reject that.
Sam, I am.
repulse that.
The Shadow, $20 is still $20, man.
No, it's not. No, that's never been a thing. That will not be a thing ever again.
Oh, it was
It
totally.
already is a thing. It's got a dead president on the back and everything.
I hate all of
So,
you.
$20 is
for context, people in the chat who have not been here the entire far back enough for that meme to make sense. That's old lore from the channel. Shadow's first appearance on this show was on episode 15. That was 101 episodes ago. So he's been around for a minute, and some stuff came up. There were some memes made, and one of them was him as the female gremlin from Gremlins 2. You know, the one that basically mouth rapes Robert Picardo. It turned into this whole thing. I think he actually said at one point $20 is $20, and we just kind of ran with it. And it's just been a thing. So the previous version of that didn't have like money raining from the sky animated like that. She's updated it since, but it just had him there with the boa and the little leopard print dress and the scaly little legs and shit, saying $20 is $20. But the voice was totally different, and it was I wouldn't say creepier, but it was like, you know, kind of creepy. Larry's voice doing it is a little weird and off-putting, and that makes the meme better, in my opinion.
Yep.
I hate all of you.
I know. Though I did get rid of some of the much worse shit that we made about him, though. So
Did you get rid of the animated? Did you get rid of the animated thing?
The cactus?
Okay, so when I was scrolling through shit to bring up to make fun of you, and you notice how I said this is the only thing I have left on here to do that with?
Oh, Sam, I didn't know
Yes,
you cared.
I didn't care that much. It was clogging up space. I needed to make room for other things.
Sam,
It was slowing down the hard drive.
Sam, I did not know that you cared enough about me to get rid of that. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
not what happened. I just told you what
Aw.
happened. That was not it.
You guys hear that? Aw.
Yeah, no.
But wait,
Not
that
even-
doesn't mean copies weren't made, though.
Oh, I
Where
still
the hell
have it.
copies of
I
this
just
thing
don't have it loaded up to StreamYard. I was like, I didn't get rid of them. They're not gone forever.
They're just not ready and able to be used at a moment's notice, which I will take.
Right.
I'll accept that. That is something that I will take.
Right.
But
like
you-
I
He's
really
got
ought to do that
another
with the
StreamYard
Twitter
account, and yeah.
Yeah. So, anywho, that said, I think we probably are going to wrap it up here because, like I said, we got through most of the topics, and now I'm just ragging on the kid for no reason. Mostly because it's funny, but it's also kind of cruel. So,
And unusual.
it's really not. It's really not that unusual.
Very unusual. It's very brutal. It's very mean.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it unusual.
It's unconstitutional.
It would only be unconstitutional if it was both cruel and unusual. It's really just cruel.
Wow, you've actually thought about it.
Yes,
Would he-
yes, I have.
I would like a second opinion from a attorney.
Yeah, I'll get
Namely
you a
Amira.
third opinion from the fucking Supreme Court if I have to.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, anyhow,
as a sovereign citizen, I do not recognize their authority.
oh, that's going to go over real well with them.
Hey, look. Okay, here's the thing: the nation they represent is fundamentally underpinned by individuals rejecting the authority of the nation state that claims ownership of their territory. I have every right to go fuck you if they want to maintain their legitimacy. If they want to go that doesn't count, then you ruin your own legitimacy and right to govern. Either way, I win. Until
Yeah,
they
I'm
point a
pretty
gun
sure
at
that's
me.
not going to go your way. Yeah.
Until they point a gun at me, at which point the ultimate authority of violence takes over.
Yeah, monopoly on force usually trumps any bullshit you might make up.
Yes.
So that said,
that's why the Mongols were very good at what they did.
that said,
No.
we're going to close that here. I do want to thank everybody for coming, everybody who's on the panel and in the chat watching and having a good time and all that stuff. Appreciate all of you guys. It's been good. Let's go around the horn and let people know where they can find you. Let's start with Clue.
Right here on YouTube, the Clue channel, and some numbers. I think it's 4705, and also Twix, Twitter or X, whichever one you call it, at Clue channel. That's where I'll be. There's a couple of good rants I've been doing. Shadow was a part of the last one about the hurricanes, so I've been putting out some new content lately. Go check it out if you want to be offended. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Shadow, what do you got coming up, if anything?
Nothing. Still, I don't want to call it an internet break anymore because I'm here, but this was out of boredom and nothing else. Yeah,
Wow.
I see how it is.
Wow, that's an insult.
Thank you. Yeah, way to discount our show.
So we're just here to dance for you?
Yes, objectively, that is your sole existence.
Why you don't
in
have a
life at
cock?
this
You just
point.
got a
Don't you
shadow.
feel
Oh, thanks for coming, Shadow.
That's why you can't reproduce like Amira told you to.
He only has a shadow of a cock. Chloe doesn't have a
Fuck
real.
you. No.
You wish.
No, I
All
don't
right, so-
wish. Actually, I'm not a homosexual.
You sure about
So
that?
Shadow's got
Yes.
nothing coming up, including his member. Larry, what do you got coming?
You can catch me in the chat tonight as a moderator for the world famous Exile Lioness channel, and you can catch me next Friday on Abyssal Musings. It will be quiz day, and I have a doozy in mind, so check it out. It's gonna be a fun one.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
Yeah, we'll see. You weren't even close last time. You did better than others.
I'm making a comeback though.
Damn it, Larry, keeping the black man down.
You
I
wish.
actually agree.
I mean,
you wrote that quiz.
statistically,
Keep the black man
in
down.
America, that's factual. Just saying.
Shadow Man in a different way though.
You wrote a
wants
whites
to let
only
down.
quiz, but I'm still gonna win.
He did. Shit. Well, what was it like? What was the specific term for like the literacy tests under Reconstruction? What were those called again?
Mm.
Like the ones where it's like you have to prove you can read and write in order to even be allowed.
Yeah,
to
I know what
get
you're
that.
talking about. I have no idea what they were called.
Yeah,
Black codes?
that's what Larry's done with his quizzes specifically against Clue.
No, they're actually aimed at confusing and upsetting Sam. Sam
generally.
Sasquatch. But this week's gonna be a good one.
So glad you enjoy our suffering. But we are looking forward to that as well. Yeah. As for myself, probably be over on Exile Linus 2 here in a little while, in the chat, behind the scenes, and whatever else happens. And then on Monday, you can find me on Adam the Renaissance Nerds channel for Mellow Mondays. Swinging back around here next Friday for quiz night for Abyssal Musings, and then on to Beelzebub on Devil's channel, Beelzehub, and then right back here to Screaming Into the Void next Saturday. So that's what we got coming up. That's what it looks like. I might be putting some other stuff out. I'm not sure. I have some ideas about some things I might try and put together, but it's not going to be like right away. So if it happens at all, because I tend to lose motivation on this shit pretty quickly. But there may be some other, like video type stuff coming up, video essay kind of things. Might be a while though before it happens. I'm just saying that I got some ideas. They're rolling around. Everybody who was on panel and a bunch of people who were not, but could have been on panel had they chosen to avail themselves of the link that I make available to them. All of their links are in the description below, their YouTube channel links. You can find them there, including everybody you see here. Go check them all out. Appreciate it. And that's about it. That's about all I have. Thanks for coming. It's been a fun show, been kind of meandery, but we like it that way here. And in an homage to last night's Abyssal Musings, I will leave it with this. Could always be worse, YouTube. It could be raining flaming tapeworms.
See y'all later. I gotta go.